And that should do it. Right. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Sup? Has returned with not to the Sushito again. 2 days left. Yeah. Why do I keep doing this? Why? But yeah. At least I did the other events already. Right? So it's not too bad this time. But yeah. Today's schedule is literally watching the TV schedule for a bullet. Or not bullet, it's a trigger. Bullet is someone else. But yeah, triggers, quote unquote story mode, kind of, sort of. But it's kind of interesting that the main story is kind of connected with NB's Silver Soldier schedule thing. And now we have triggers, which is very, how do I put it? Very connected to both the main story and NB's story thing. Kind of interesting how they really want to tie these Obo squad, I think, the military, into our main story. But then again, considering that the quest was telling, no, it's not telling, it's more like the first chapter was literally us getting connected to the mayor, which means kind of we are now connected to the quote-unquote government right here. But yeah, I still have no idea why this screen is kind of laggy while everything else is fine. Whatever. Anyway, let's start before I go really late into the night over this. Confirm and teleported. Oops, I forgot to move this thing. Okay. Right, I haven't done this yet? Oh shit. Yeah, I should do this later. Tomorrow, I guess. And... well, that is unusual. Whispers from beyond the river dwell in her eyes. Oh, this is unusual. Previously, when we start the story, we get this this screen, right? But now we are thrown right away into the quote-unquote story without knowing how many chapters is in it. Well, it should be done within 2 hours regardless, right? This is a story that took place in the past. A story of a rookie proxy named Phaeton who meets a young lady at the crossroads of fate. Wait. Oh. Is this the story? The past story that Trigger and Wise kind of hinted that we knew each other from way back? I think it was during the main story, main quest. They kind of already met. I mean, the first time we kind of see them together in game, kind of, they were already acquainted. So, I guess Trigger knew us way back, huh? And we were a rookie back then. Wise, we've been on 6th Street for a while now. How many internet commissions have we taken these past few days? You know, Still newbies. Not much yet. I see. It's okay. We're starting our proxy business and a video store business from scratch. It'll take time. I've been busy managing the store, so thanks for handling the internet side of things, Wise. So this is really the start of Phaeton and Random Play, the video store. Huh. And by then we have, as in Wise and Bell already has 2 bank booths. Damn, that's really kind of... Apparently bank booths are not cheap, so them having 2 is kind of quite something. But then again, I mean, considering their proxy business, it really requires at least 1 bank booth to go out. I guess EOS is technically a business expense, and this one may be the personal one or a backup of that business expense. And it seems they only moved to 6th Street, it seems. Living together in this cozy little home is already much better than our life right after leaving the academy. As long as we gradually build our reputation, we'll eventually have a chance to uncover clues about the fall of the old capital. Wise, let's take it slow. Yeah, but you know, someone has to pay the bills. I knew you'd say that. But this worry will be solved soon. Actually, I saw how hard you've been working to find commissions, so this past few days, I've also been searching on internet for an intelligence broker who can find commissions for us. Oh. Is it that guy with the hat? If we can establish a long-term partnership with such a professional intelligence broker, we won't have to worry about getting commissions in the future. Don't I deserve a little praise? Oh, my sister is the best. And today, I've arranged to meet him at the store. He should be here soon. And at that moment, knock knock. That must be him. Wise, let's go and talk to him. Maybe the first commission we work on with him will give us a totally awesome surprise. Oh wait, we have 3 already? We have 18, who is usually taking care of the, you know, the counter here. We have number 6 who deals with the door, and we have EOS upstairs, right? I'm pretty sure he's hanging out somewhere around here? He's not? Wasn't he usually charging around here? Huh? Where is he? Where is EOS? Is he in Bell's room? That's odd. Oh. I was sure I've seen EOS hanging on the wall. Like literally hanging on the wall. I guess he's just not modeled in here? I don't know. Out we go. Oh, by the way, I seem to remember there is this conversation. I think it was during the main quest with... Shit, what was his name again? The Mockingbird guy. Damn, what was his name? Damn it. Let me just Google it a second. ZZZ, Mockingbird. Mockingbird faction. Okay, what is his name again? Oh, Hugo, right. Um, I was pretty sure that Hugo got connections. I mean, he got to us, as in got to Phaeton, by referring to information broker, and I seem to recall his keyword, not keyword, his code name or something. It starts with an H, and I can't seem to remember the broker we had on chapter 1. What was his name again? I don't remember. If this guy is that guy and it starts with an H, yeah, I don't trust him at all. But anyway, as the front door is opened, a man in a suit walks in. Although he wears a friendly and reliable smile, there is still something slightly off about him. Wise. Yeah, it is him, the guy from chapter 1. Wise, let me introduce you to this professional intelligence broker I found on the internet. Nice to meet you both. You can call me Shepard. I'm glad you two choose to work with me. By the way, are you just starting out in this line of work? Oh, so it's Shepard. It's not an H, so I guess that's someone else. That's nice. I guess slightly less suspicious now. He does tend to let things leak out, you know, information and other stuff. Nice to meet you, but we haven't started. I understand. I understand. It's normal for rookie proxies like you two to have a hard time finding commissions. But please, don't worry. As an intelligence broker, I exist precisely for people like you. Let me check my notes, and your name is Phaeton, right? What kind of commissions do you usually specialize in? We have superior technology. What an energetic response! These days, many young proxies lack the energy you have. That being said, combat-related commissions might be a bit tricky, right? You two don't seem like fighters, and hiring combat personnel can be expensive for new proxies. To be honest, I'm not sure I feel comfortable assigning you anything dangerous. Well, we'll find a way to handle it. You'll soon see our abilities in action through the actual commission. The actual commission, huh? Well then, I happen to have a recently issued... oops. Why is this thing broken? A recently issued commission that could serve as the perfect starting point for our partnership. I believe this commission is the perfect difficulty to assess your abilities. Just give me a moment. Why is this thing kind of broken? OBS is kind of broken right now. What the hell? OBS? OBS? Give me a moment. No, this is not working either. What the heck? Okay, something is definitely wrong. Like, really wrong. Oh, wait. Wait. Huh? Wait, is this my left click that's dying? Yeah, my left click is dead. What? My right click is fine. My left click is suddenly dead. Huh? Well, that was weird. Or not. Hmm? Something went wrong with my mouse. No, it's not my mouse. This is the Windows. Hmm? Hmm? Or is the switch dying? Yeah, my right click is doing fine, but my left doesn't seem to be responding. As in, responding properly. But if I switch my mouse buttons from the Windows settings, from left to right, it kind of works. Huh. This is really weird. Whatever. Well, if you're interested, let me explain the details. Shall we move to a more convenient place to talk? It's not suitable to talk about this at the counter, so you move to a small room with the shepherd to discuss things in detail.
Our first assignment together is a missing person commission. There's no need for combat or venturing into any hollows, so it's completely safe. Honestly, I can't think of a better way to test your skills.
Oh?
Forgive me for being blunt, but isn't this job a bit, well, pointless?
Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not trying to pass this off on you. Your ability to navigate the hollow is unquestionable. That's what makes a proxy. But this role involves more than just that, and this commission is a perfect opportunity to demonstrate those other skills.
Uh-huh.
To be honest, the client barely gave us anything to work with, just pieces of info. That's why this is a perfect chance to show off your skills in gathering intel, spotting details, and negotiating. All the makings of a top-tier proxy.
Uh-huh.
All right, you've sold me. Let's see what we're dealing with.
The shepherd nods in satisfaction and pulls out 3 items from his pocket. A harmonica, a sheet of music, and an old photo. An old photo of women with covered eyes. A somewhat aged photograph, though the image remains fairly clear. A blonde young woman with her eyes covered leans against the wall. For some reason, her silhouette seems so fragile, as if she might shatter into pieces at any moment, filled with such profound sadness. Something tells me I know who that is, but okay, sure. Oh.
The client has only provided us with these 3 clues. All we know is that the woman in the photo is your target.
Wait, just a photo? That's barely a clue. No name, no background, not even her usual haunts. And what's up with the harmonica and the sheet music?
The client doesn't seem to have any more info, though it's possible they just don't want to share. But the client did mention if you get stuck, you should try playing the sheet music with the harmonica. Well then, I'll leave this commission in your capable hands. Keep me in the loop if you make any breakthroughs. Just ping me on Knock Knock.
Finding someone with just a photo and a melody. That's like searching for a needle in a haystack. Got any ideas, Wise?
Well, do you know how to play a harmonica?
Maybe we should check Port Elpis. Women with their eyes covered aren't exactly that common. Remember when we visited the sea a while back? I think we saw someone who fit that description.
Really? Wise?
Remember? You were in a bad mood, so we went to the sea to clear our heads. We even bought some fries, but you got distracted by a woman passing by with her eyes covered, and the seagull took the fries right out of your hand.
That is quite the amazing memory.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I remember. She did look a lot like the woman in the photo. And I was just curious, all right? She stood out. How was I supposed to know the seagulls there were so aggressive?
Pretty sure seagulls are all aggressive. Very, very aggressive.
Anyway, it's an unexpected lead. Let's check out the port and see if we can dig anything up.
Port Elpis it is. Quite the coincidence, I guess. Wise, we're here. Now let's find this guy. Lady, I guess. However, we saw that girl a week ago, and I don't know if she's actually the person we're looking for. Even if she is, it's who knows whether she's still at the port now or not. Well then, let's get started. Alright, since we don't have any other leads, we might as well. I'll try hacking into the cameras here to check if she's been around recently. As for you, Wise, take the photo and ask the locals and passerby around here. Yes, ma'am. Oh, downstairs, never mind. First, someone who is here every day. Welcome to Tater King. Our fries and hot dog combo is a hot seller. Would you like to give it a try? Ma'am, have you seen this person? Oh, I remember seeing this girl before. And when is that? Maybe once every 1 or 2 months? I'll see her wandering around this area. But I've never spoken to her, and she doesn't seem to interact with anyone around here. So I don't really know much about her background. Oh, she hasn't been around recently then. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing her recently. Are you looking for her? I can keep an eye out for you. Alright, thanks. By the way, would you like some fries? Look at this. Aggressive. Not seagull. Wait, is this a seagull? I thought seagulls has long backs. I'm curious. Oh no, never mind. Seagulls doesn't have long backs. Never mind. I guess this is a proper seagull. Ah yes, let me think about it a bit more, lady. Right then. Those seagulls have been too active recently. Will they have a negative impact on sales of our fries? Looks like I shouldn't feed them too much in the future. Wait, you've been feeding them? Is this the reason as to why the seagulls have a taste for fries? Fee? It was you all along? God damn it. Anyway, lighthouse. Give me a moment. And up we go, up we go. Is there someone up here? What the heck? This room upstairs. Someone must be living there, right? If the blindfolded woman has appeared around the port, maybe whoever lives here has seen her. Knock knock. Complete silence. But there seems to be some kind of noise inside. Knock knock. Who? Excuse me, have you seen this person, sir? Who? Let me see. The door opens slightly, and I, Wise, carefully hand the photo over. And within 3 seconds, the person returns it. Never seen. Disappear. In the end, everyone will disappear, including me. And the door shuts. What was that all about? No. I guess not here. Huh? Actually, why didn't... Hmm? Actually, is this a house? Is this a house? Really? Right? Then again, I guess this is a garage, huh? Oh. It didn't occur to me that this is a house. I thought it was more like a warehouse or something like that. Like, you know, oh, something, I mean, considering this is a port, I expect that there are goods being shipped through the boats. Like that boat in the corner, like very far in the back, see? Those have a lot of containers. And those has to go somewhere, right? Huh. Next is the lighthouse. Manager? Or not? If we can climb the lighthouse and overlook the entire port, maybe we'll spot the blindfolded women somewhere. Let's try to go up, and just as you are about to try opening the door leading to the top of the lighthouse, an old man appears behind you. Oh, McDunn. It was McDunn. Hey, what do you think you're doing? This lighthouse is currently off limits. No one is allowed to enter. Sorry, we weren't acquainted just yet. If I hadn't showed up, you would have just gone straight in, wouldn't you? This lighthouse hasn't been properly maintained for years. If something happened to you, who will take responsibility? Besides, what do you need to go up lighthouse for? I'm looking for someone. Have you seen this person? Let me see. This girl does have a rather memorable appearance, but I don't remember seeing her before. I think she might have been here before. Is that so? I usually keep to around the lighthouse. If she was on the dock's walkway, I definitely wouldn't have seen her. If you're looking for her, I suggest checking around there. At the very least, I haven't seen this girl near the lighthouse. Alrighty. If the lighthouse's watchdog doesn't know, then... Wait, we haven't checked out the dock. Wait, this lady's model. I don't think I've ever seen her model. This. Huh.
I've got nothing. How about you, Wise?
Looks like this isn't something that can be solved with a quick trip to the port. But since we're here, how about we try playing the harmonica? I'm not sure what good it'll do, but if it doesn't work, we'll just buy some fries and head back home.
I agree. Playing the harmonica and buying fries, both are officially your job now.
Lady, I've been covering the ground the whole day while you're hacking on the car, in the car.
I guess there's no saying no to you. Fine. But just so you know, I'm not good at it. So don't blame me if it sounds terrible.
And you pull out the harmonica and glance. Wise, I heard that. Shitty note. Anyway, you pull out the harmonica and glancing at the sheet music, you see a melody you've never heard before. That sounds really cursed. Taking a deep breath, you let the notes flow and start to play. It was pretty accurate? Whatever. You think it sounded good at least. The music continues for half a minute.
That was pretty painful. And it didn't do a thing. Let's just grab some fries and call it a day.
Excuse me. Were you the ones playing the harmonica just now?
And the lady we're looking for literally right next to us.
Sorry for my brother making a bit of a ruckus. We'll just... Wait. You're the person in the photo. When did you... I didn't even hear any footsteps.
My apologies. Moving quietly is second nature to me. I didn't mean to startle you. If I may ask, where did you learn that melody?
Belle shoots you a questioning glance. The blindfolded woman from the photo actually appeared. What an unexpected surprise. But now what? Well, first things first, let's bring her back home. What? Wise? I'm starting to wonder if Trigger is your first victim of rizzing.
Actually, we're proxies. The song was given to us by our client. We didn't expect it to help us find you. Our client is looking for you, you see. Why don't we discuss the details somewhere else?
I see. Please lead the way. I'd also like to meet this client of yours.
Why don't we head back to the store?
Okay, let's go check in with Shepard. Oh, I almost forgot. Your name is...
My real name. I haven't used that in a long time, but I do have a code name. You can call me Charon.
Charon. Did you introduce yourself yet, Wise? Belle? No. You return to the video store with the woman who calls herself Karen. Along the way, you introduce yourselves and share a bit about your fledgling proxy business. Right, okay, they introduced themselves. Nice.
Miss Charon, I've already contacted the information broker who issued the commission. Once he gets here, it shouldn't be long before you can meet the client. Feel free to have a seat on the couch. I'll grab you something to drink.
Thank you, but please, don't mind me. By the way, the second row from the top on your TV wall, third unit from the left, it has a connection issue. You might want to check it out when you have time.
How?
Let me see... You're right. How did you pick up on that? I thought there was some lag lately.
I rely on my hearing. I lost most of my vision in an accident. I can just about make out the outlines of my surroundings. To move around like an average citizen, I've trained my other senses to be extremely sharp.
Oh look, it's the I'm blind so my other senses are extremely sharp trope. But okay, sure.
I heard a faint buzzing sound. By moving around the room and noticing the change in sound, I was able to pinpoint the location of the faulty TV.
Sorry. I hope my question didn't seem rude.
No need to apologize. Vision isn't the only way to perceive the world. As proxies, you too should know that better than most. Anything that can be seen with your eyes can never be considered a secret.
That does not sound, foreboding or whatever, A subtle silence fills the room. It's clear you each have secrets you don't want to share with others. And there's an unspoken understanding between you. As the silence is on the brink of becoming awkward, a knock sounds at the door from outside the shop. Shepard to the rescue, thank you.
It's me again! You two found the target already? Wow, Phaethon, you guys are incredible. If you're always this fast, you could take on anything.
The client didn't come with you?
I didn't expect things to move so quickly either, but it's nothing, really. By the way, didn't the client come with you? Charon here would like to meet them.
Where to start? It's great that you were able to find the woman in the photo, but there's a new problem.
Did you get ghosted by the client?
I can't get in touch with the client anymore. There's been no reply from his Knock Knock account since yesterday. I brushed it off at first, but there's still no reply today.
Yep, he got ghosted.
Just when I thought he might have skipped town, his account suddenly sent me a location, the edge of a hollow. Who sends something like that in normal circumstances?
Well, that doesn't sound normal at all.
From the edge of a hollow? That seems strange. And with no other word from the client.
Did they get kidnapped or something?
Either way, I'll keep trying to reach the client. I hope he's alright. Let's stay in touch for now. We won't be wrapping up this commission for a while.
Sorry, but I overheard your conversation. Could you share that location with me? If I investigate the hollow, I might pick up some clues.
You're Miss Charon? No offense, but the hollow isn't somewhere just anyone can waltz into. Without a carrot or combat personnel, it's a death trap. You should wait.
I'm a soldier. I served with the Eridu Defense Force under the Chrysoberyl Division. Even after retiring, I've made countless trips into the hollow. You can trust in my combat skills.
Yeah, she most certainly does look like armed and other stuff, you know.
The heart rates of you and the two proxies here seem to have just spiked. Don't worry. My military days are far behind me. I have no current ties with them. As for getting into the hollow, proxies, can I request your assistance? I don't know anyone else who could guide me.
But you can go in and out of hollows. Huh.
I'll pay the commission fee as best I can. If you don't want to be involved, that's fine. I'll think of something.
Alright then.
We're just as eager to find the client. After all, no client, no payment. Besides, if we said no, you'd still head into the hollow alone, wouldn't you?
Yep.
How did you know?
So I was right. You remind me of how Belle and I used to be. So fixated on finding someone that nothing else mattered, not even your own safety.
Oh. Interesting.
Well, since Miss Charon wants to investigate, I'm willing to act as the proxy for no additional fee. Just leave it to us, Shepard.
I see. That works for me. With the client still unreachable, my hands are tied. Please, look into the hollow, and be careful.
I'm really sorry for troubling you both. Finding this client is very important to me, so I may have acted a bit out of line just now.
Seeing how determined you are to find this person.
Don't worry about it. Seeing how determined you are to find this person, we can't just sit back and do nothing. Let's work together to find them.
And blind pursuit. Yo, Val. It reminds me of our own past. Yep. Yep. Sure. Proxy, what's your request? This is probably your first time taking on a commission in the hollow that might involve combat. I'll do my best to protect you. Actually, I used my bamboo net to enter the hollow. Something like this before. Even if you're a bamboo, I'll protect you. You responded to my request, and this is my duty. I guess we go a long way back with Trigger.
I've got your back.
What is the ether or ice? Nice.
I am the Eye of Obel.
Don't just think about it. Do it.
Oh, I think that's
Officer 1-4, take
this,
me.
right?
And I promise you'll learn
I think.
big.
I'm pretty sure Trigger wants to keep switching into the second spot character. Well, Charon, for time being, I guess.
Miss Charon, I need some time to calculate the hollow route.
Here, leave this to me, Proxy. Actually, I've been to this hollow before for reasons. I still remember the way forward clear as day.
Pop.
Why don't you wait just a little longer? Calculating path doesn't take that long.
In position.
Be more efficient to retrace the path that I've already walked. Please come with me, Proxy.
Fine. Okay.
I'll take point. Recalibrating.
Bam. There you go. I was trying to get into that meter.
Yep. Drop the weapon.
I really need to wake up.
The path ahead.
Oh.
It should be right around here. I wasn't here too long ago. One moment, Proxy. I might have misremembered.
Oh man, this place is really bright.
Ether vision active.
I'm sure you're well aware that hollows undergo periodic spatial distortions, reconstruction.
Quick shot.
Surrender your weapon.
Time to pin them down.
Bam.
Why each time we enter, we need the most up-to-date care.
Bam. There you go.
Sorry for being so presumptuous, Proxy.
Be you sure I
By
can?
the way, Miss Charon, how are you so fluid when you move and fight?
Engaging head on.
Is it because of your exceptional hearing and tactile senses?
Recalibrating.
Bam.
And that's one part of it. In fact, my eyes gained some unique abilities as they changed.
Bam. That was quite fast.
Something's up ahead. There's someone on the ground. It smells like blood.
A man and woman lie collapsed on the ground, with the unmistakable smell of blood emanating from them. Following the source of the scent, you see bullet holes on their bodies? Oh shit. They're dead. Yep, they're dead. Their heartbeats and pulses are completely gone. These two are dead. Cause of death appears to be severe blood loss from long-range gunshot wounds. Time of death? Probably within the last 1 to 2 hours, just before we entered the hollow. Which means... This isn't just a case of losing contact with our client. Someone's been killing people in this hollow. Though I don't sense the killer nearby right now, there is still a chance they're active somewhere in the hollow. Proxy, don't stray from my sight. I'll keep you safe. Those two. I really want to take their bodies out of the hollow, but without knowing the killer's whereabouts, moving them would be too risky. Proxy, mark these coordinates. Once we confirm the area is safe, we'll come back to retrieve their bodies. I'm sorry, the ground must be cold. May you rest in peace.
What could have happened? Who did this?
Given the depth of the wound and the caliber of the bullet, the killer was a sniper, just like me.
The surrounding ether levels have increased significantly. What's going on? Hold on. Let me find what's causing the ether level increase.
Bam.
Up ahead, there are multiple devices leaking ether non-stop.
Increased firepower.
Tough luck.
These are high-pressure ether storage tanks, filled with highly concentrated ether.
Behave now. Hands up.
As soon as the valve is opened, the ether will flow out at a fixed rate.
Yep, that feels good. Looks like
Such high ether concentrations will make the nearby ethereals more active and cause more to show up.
Looks like I fucked up the, the team comp again. I should have used DPS on the third slot. Man, this sucks.
Charon, It'll be dangerous if we keep moving.
When a blue flash appears on the muzzle, you can perform another single shot. Otherwise, rapid fire will be triggered. Each shot consumes 1 bullet. Huh? Press right click to target instant either containers. Each aim shot will consume 5 bullets. Oh. Did I miss? Oh, I didn't.
All high-pressure ether tanks have been disabled. We can keep moving.
Okay then.
Yeah.
More people? Holy shit. Someone has been on trigger
Wait.
happy.
Charon, I'm detecting 4 life forms up ahead. Let's go take a look.
Adjusting for wind. Proxy, there are 4 people over here. They're all still alive. I'm not detecting any ether fluctuations from any other life forms nearby.
And?
They're still survivors. Charon, can you check their condition?
Confirmed. 1 is seriously injured. A bullet pierced their lung. The other 3? No internal injuries, just a few minor wounds. They're all unconscious.
What are normal people doing inside the hollow?
The one with severe wounds. His etheric fluctuations are nearly completely gone. He's beyond saving.
Who are you? Help me. It hurts. So cold. I don't want to die.
Is there nothing else we can do? If we contact a hospital and get him out of the hollow right away...
His internal organs are ruptured. He'll bleed out long before we can get him out. No rescue team can beat the clock when life fades this fast.
Am I dying? I just want to go home.
Charon doesn't respond. She sits beside the dying man, pulls out a harmonica, and begins to play a soft, familiar melody. Clearly this sounds far less cursed compared to Wise's version. The tune echoes throughout the hollow, heavy with the scent of blood. It's the song recorded on the client's sheet music. As the harmonica's gentle notes fill the air, the dying man stops groaning, simply listening until his eyes close forever.
Are you alright? Did you get hurt fighting earlier?
I'm fine, don't worry about me. As I mentioned before, these eyes of mine have their uses, but they bring just as much inconvenience. The rejection reaction you saw just now is one of them. Staring into death. It's not something I handle well.
For a sniper, that's difficult, isn't it?
My head. Where am I? Who are you people? I remember now. There was a madman, a lunatic who tied me up and dragged me into the hollow. You're not.
I'm not the lunatic you're talking about. Can you stand? There are 2 more unconscious survivors here. If you can, help us carry one of them. Let's get out of here together.
Leave? We can leave this place? What about that lunatic who shot at me from the shadows?
Looks like the person behind this has already left. Charon, let's get the survivors out of here. Follow me.
So, a shooter in the dark. Interesting. I guess the client really is connected to Charon. Thanks to the, the song thing. It seems to be something that is only available for her and someone else. For now, I'm gonna guess that whoever that person, the client is, who is connected to Charon, they are the shooter. Maybe, just maybe, they never actually left the battlefield, you know, PTSD and stuff like that. Exhausted and unable to carry any more bodies, you record the coordinates of a few of the corpses. Once this is all over, you should make sure to report them anonymously to the public security. With Charon, you keep your guard up alongside the 3 survivors, eventually arriving at the abandoned metro entrance in front of the Valley Twins Road. Roxy, let's take a short break here. The area around the Valley Twins has been abandoned due to the Hollow disaster, and no one's likely to be around. It's both secluded and safe, making it perfect place for a conversation. Those 3 survivors. Yes, I know. They just escaped from a killer, so we need to check on their injuries and mental well-being. And is one of them the client? Unfortunately, I don't think so. After they woke up and saw me, they didn't have any particular reaction. If they were the ones who assigned the commission to find me, they should have recognized me to some extent. Roxy, I'll keep watch around here and be on the lookout for the perpetrator trying to track us or attempting to ambush us. Could you please have a brief conversation with the 3 survivors? I think they might have information on the perpetrator. And to be honest, I think they might. No, it's probably just my imagination. I'll get that information then. You take a break or something. You've been fighting. Thank you, Proxy. Abandoned, but we still have people here, I guess. Oh. Is this a tin helmet guy? Yeah, probably. Yo, dude. You up? Thank goodness. I can't believe it. I'm still alive and out of the hollow. And, sir, may I have your name? Oh, me? I'm Jess. I'm so grateful you were there to save me. When that maniac was chasing me and sniping at me, I really thought I was done for. I have some questions to ask. Questions? Go ahead and ask. Although I really don't want to remember what just happened, you did save my life. How were you kidnapped and brought to the Hollow? I was tricked. I received an anonymous message telling me there was a big job I could do, asking me to meet in an alley on 6th Street. I had just arrived at the agreed spot and was waiting when someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. 6th Street? Really? When I woke up, I was already in that hollow, and my hands and feet were tied. Calm down. Is that all you wanted to ask? Well, anyway, thank you all. If you had come any later, I think all 3 of us would have been killed by that maniac. Okay then, this lady? Let's take a deep breath. If your emotions get too intense, the wound might reopen. I still feel like I'm going to throw up. The fear that someone's still trying to shoot me, it just won't go away. You guys okay? No? I'm okay. Did you save us? I'm just about holding up. I've more or less recovered from the shock. I remember you. You were looking for someone around Port Elpis, weren't you? What? Really? You've seen me? How embarrassing. I never thought we'd meet again like this. And may I have your names, ma'am? Ladies? My name is Zoe. Erin. Just call me Erin. Like it's Zoe and Erin. Feeling nauseous again? I managed to hold it in. Did you want to ask us something? Alright, questions it is. No problem. We'll answer what we can. And how did you get kidnapped? For me, you know, I was sightseeing at Port Elpis earlier. After that, I was on my way back home, driving along a deserted road when I seemed to hit something. So I got out of the car to check. And just a few seconds after I got out of the car, someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. I still have a bump on the back of my head. You can feel it. No, ma'am, thank you. And let me take a look. There really is a bump on the back of your head. As for me, I was sitting at home with my friend when someone tried to open the lock and tampered with our food or water or something. I don't know what they did exactly, but shortly after we ate, we both passed out. Wait, where is your friend? Were we the only three rescued from the hollow? Did you see another woman? Just the three of you. More questions, maybe? Do I really have to talk about it? If possible, I'd rather not relive it. I'll go first. After I woke up, I found myself tied up, lying alone in a corner of the hollow, with ethereals wandering nearby. If I didn't make an escape then and there, I'd be doomed. So I found something sharp and cut through the rope. After freeing myself, I was about to run when a bullet grazed the top of my head from above. Well, shit. That's when I realized someone had been watching me all along. The same happened to me. When I woke up, my limbs were tied, and the ethereals were already closing in. Fortunately, the ropes weren't tied too tightly. I used a broken iron railing nearby and eventually managed to cut through them. But I barely ran a few steps when a bullet hit my left arm. I could only grit my teeth and run for my life. If she keeps talking, she'll show up again. That maniac shooting from the shadows. They seem to take pleasure in watching our frantic attempts to escape. They could have just killed us right there, but they deliberately aimed each shot slightly off target, giving us just enough strength to keep struggling. Oh, that's clearly a maniac. Under the threat of the ethereals chasing me and the sniper's fire, I don't even know how long I ran. Eventually, I managed to reach an area where the ethereals were less active. But that maniac shot me with a tranq, and I passed out again. Same here. Now that I think about it, we must have both passed out in the same area. Alright then, take some time to calm down, both of you. Especially you, Miss Erin. Please don't puke. Alright, anyway, thank you and your companion. If it weren't for your arrival, I don't think the perpetrator would have let us leave so easily. Why are we being targeted? I can't take this anymore. Blah. Okay, so all three is lured is the word, I guess. You guys see that that group of children on that side? Holy shit, what the fuck? That's scary, man. That's a whole different kind of scary. But anyway, Jesse here got lured in. Zoe was just on the bad spot. At the bad time, I mean. If she was driving, it could have been anyone instead of specifically her. And this Erin was maybe targeted? Or it was just a convenient house to kind of, you know, attack. And after a brief check on the 3 survivors, you share what you've learned with Charon. She then calls the 3 over.
Thank you all for assisting me, even though I'm a stranger. You've given me valuable information.
It's the least we can do after you saved our lives. If there's anything else you want to ask, go right ahead.
I do have some questions left to ask. Before that, could the 3 of you introduce yourselves? I'd like to see if there's a pattern to how the killer chose their targets.
I'll go first. My name's Zoe. I used to be a soldier in the Defense Force, but now I'm just working a regular desk job at a private company. Don't let that fool you, though. I've earned my stripes.
A former soldier. Okay, this is gonna be a trend, isn't it?
I'm Jesse, currently working as an internet information broker. I'm still pretty new at it though, so I can't think of any reason someone would target me.
My turn? I'm Erin. I was also in the Defense Force, but now I'm unemployed. Actually, I have a question for you all.
Defense Force, the both of them.
Did you see my friend when you were in the Hollow? She's about my height, with shoulder-length blonde hair and a mole under her eye. We were kidnapped together, but I can't find her anywhere now.
If I'm not mistaken, we didn't come across anyone like that in the Hollow, among both the survivors or the bodies.
It's all right. I'll keep looking. I hope she's okay. We were always inseparable. We even planned to visit Scott Outpost together for Remembrance Day. I never thought something like this would happen.
Now that I think about it, I don't know about brokers, but if you are a soldier, then shouldn't you have some form of either resistance, tolerance? I seem to remember they were talking about that during the what's that thing called, HSOS 6, you know, section 6. Something about if you don't have any etheric resistance, you will never get into the you know, the military or something like that, basically. So I can't tell if there may be an inkling here that the shooter may be going after people who has some etheric resistance, because they are trying to hunt people in there. So, you know, there is no sense if a person who has no etheric resistance and gets thrown into the Hollow and immediately transforms into an ethereal, like that part during Harumasa's story quest, that kid who has basically etheric aids and transforms into an ethereal just then and there. I don't know. Remembrance Day?
Remembrance Day? What's that?
As the name suggests, it's a day organized by the Defense Force for the families of deceased soldiers and veterans. People gather to mourn their loved ones who died in the fall of the old capital and find comfort in each other's company.
I didn't know the Defense Force did that. Huh. Maybe I should go check it out.
If I can't find her anywhere else, I'll head to Remembrance Day alone. Maybe she'll show up there.
Or, you know, you can call her phone.
Was your missing friend also a member of the Defense Force? Yes, she and I were in the same squad. Obsidian Division's Cartis squad.
Oh, Obsidian Division. Wasn't Sojun 11 and the future Trigger also in Obsidian Division?
This sounds like a series of murders targeting the Defense Force. But then, Jesse wasn't with the Defense Force.
No, you're probably not far off. Jesse claims to have been up front, but he neglected to mention he was once part of the Defense Force. Right, Jesse?
Well, that's...
What?
I just don't like bringing up my past in the Defense Force. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. They're just memories from my time there that I'd rather forget.
Okay, so they're all after Defense Force members.
I was part of Obsidian Division's Noct Squad. That's the absolute truth.
Also another one in Obsidian Division.
I was also in the Obsidian Division, Impera Squad. I don't know who those who died in the Hollow were, but it seems the killer really is targeting members of the Defense Force.
Specifically Obsidian Division members. Former members.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, during the fall of the old capital, didn't our 3 squads work together on a mission outside Hollow Zero?
We did? I don't really remember.
I have a vague memory of it, but there were so many people on the mission, I don't remember your faces.
Thank you all for the information. I'm starting to see a pattern in the killer's choice of targets. But there's something else I need to ask. I came to this hollow because someone I'm searching for sent me its location. And that person was likely being held by the killer as well. Did you happen to see anyone else?
The 3 survivors exchanged confused glances. And then... nope.
You're not giving us much to go on. At least tell us what kind of person you're looking for, male or female, what they look like. Can't offer much help without that.
I do have to wonder, how does... Okay, 2 things, okay. One is, how does Erin know that Jesse here is in the military, Obsidian Squad? Or, I mean, Defense Force, you know? Second is, if she's in the military, why is she so weak? I mean, he's kind of shaken, but yeah, sure, okay, fine, I'll cooperate with you, man. She moved away from, moved on from the stress rather quickly. Meanwhile, Erin is still barfing. Is she a newbie or something? No, right? She's unemployed now. She has a desk job. Really, she's kind of all sorts of questionable right now.
Sorry, I don't have much else to share. Even so, if any of you remember anything else that may be useful, please let me know. This is very important to me. You don't even know who they are, yet you're so determined to find them. Is it really going to be an issue if you can't find this person? Maybe. I've been searching for someone for a long time. They might be the key to achieving my goal.
I see. Whatever happens, I hope you find them. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
Thank you. But please, prioritize your own safety. If the killer is targeting former Defense Force members, there's a good chance they'll come after you again. Stay vigilant.
Of course. Once I've checked out Remembrance Day, I'm locking myself in my room and throwing away the key.
And then we return to random play. Even after questioning those 3 survivors, it seems the clues we've gathered are still not enough. Our goal is to find the missing client. Right now, we only know that he was likely kidnapped by the perpetrator. But we have no idea who the perpetrator is or where they went. Karen, do you have any ideas? I think the other proxy is right. The information the 3 survivors provided is limited. With our current information, it's hard to deduce where we should go next to find the client. Our clues have run dry. But we still got something out of it. At least we now know some characteristics of the perpetrator. A sadistic sniper with a grudge against the defense force. They're meticulous in planning, avoid open confrontations, and are obsessed with committing crimes in the Hollow. With these characteristics and the Hollow coordinates, we might be able to deduce the general area where the perpetrator operates, as well as a potential base where they might have placed the kidnapped victims. Oh, that's gonna take a lot of time. Yes, and while we're narrowing down the search, the perpetrator might continue committing more crimes. Karen seems somewhat agitated. The lack of clues plunges you all into silence. And just as you are about to accept reality and start organizing the current clues to narrow down the search, the door to the video store suddenly opens. Someone's here. Wise? I think it's Shepard. He's at the counter, more like he's behind us. The intelligence broker might have something important to tell us. Roxy, let's talk to him first. You know, you can just turn around and talk to him, instead of telling me to talk to him. And you bring Shepard to a room where you can talk.
Phaethon, you've already been to the Hollow and made it back safely?
Did you run all the way here? Do you need a moment? We've already been to the Hollow, but unfortunately, we haven't found the client yet.
I'm fine. Did you find any clues there?
There are traces left behind. Signs of a kidnapping. It's very likely the client was involved.
That's right. It seems the client was kidnapped, taken into the Hollow, and later moved again. We're still looking for more clues. So, what made you rush over to the store?
Well, just take a look for yourself.
And Shepard shows you his phone. About 10 minutes ago, the missing client sent him another location on Knock Knock. There were no other messages. What the heck?
I checked a map of New Eridu. This spot, it's another Hollow entrance.
A clue delivered right to us. At this point, I'd like to believe that the client knows that Karen is with us and is trying to bring us into a Hollow. Or specifically, to bring more like, it's more like, well, I guess it's to bring, it's more like to lure Karen into the Hollow, but it hasn't been working really well, has it?
We were just stressing over a lack of leads, and now one conveniently falls into our laps? Something about this feels off.
You're sure it's just a disappearance for now and nothing more serious has happened, right? If that's the case, the situation is still manageable. No matter how shaky the clue is, let's keep investigating. Just be careful. Any casualties and this will become something beyond our control. At that point, stop the commission and contact me. I'll bring in some professional Hollow experts to deal with the situation.
And Shepard hurries out again. You turn to Karen, who seems unsettled. Has she held back the full truth from Shepard to avoid having the search handed off to someone else?
Thank you for not revealing what really happened to that information broker.
Don't mention it, but why keep secrets? From a practical standpoint, wouldn't calling for backup have been the safer move?
The killer is a sniper who has no qualms about taking lives. Judging by the victim's injuries, it's clear they know how to deal a fatal blow and how to inflict pain without causing death. Most Hollow Raiders lack experience dealing with snipers. If they encounter the killer, it's likely to end in a difficult fight, or worse, casualties. And besides, asking for help from others would only delay the search. The client is at risk right now, so I think we should follow the clues and enter the Hollow as soon as possible to ensure their safety.
I may have kept it from Shepard, but I have to admit, it's too dangerous. That location message seems cagey. It could be a trap to lure us in.
I understand, I really do. But what if we're late and something happens to the client?
Are you sure you're worried about the client, or... Yeah, no, let's not think about it.
Why is the client so important to you, Karen? Would you be willing to tell us? Are you so set on finding them because they're connected to the person you've been looking for?
The client's true identity might be the very person I've been looking for. And if not, they most certainly have some vital information. Since leaving the military, I've spent years searching for my missing teammates. They were more than just comrades who trusted me with their lives. To me, someone raised as an orphan, they were family. I've scoured countless hollows and every corner of New Eridu to find them, but I've never found a single lead. Until I met you and heard that melody on the harmonica. It's called Homecoming. My squad leader composed it. Only our squad knew it. And yet that client of yours not only knows the song, but also gave you the sheet music. Please, Proxy. This client is the only lead I have left. I'm certain my teammates are still alive. If this trail goes cold, I don't know when I'll get another chance to reunite with them.
If they are still alive, could there really be no trace of them after all these years? Belle's gaze towards you seemed to convey such a question. But then, thinking about how you're also searching for your teacher, it doesn't seem all that hard to understand. Alright then, I'll help you out.
I understand how anxious you must be right now. We can help you, but we really need to be careful this time.
Thank you, Proxy. I feel much better knowing I have your support. You can trust me. I'll protect you if the killer is really waiting for us in the Hollow. We'll make it out in one piece.
But then let's go, and hopefully I don't fuck up my party. It was
Eye of Obel.
this
Pick
and then
me,
this.
Officer 148, Juyuan, ready.
And there you go. It is quite an interesting
Looks like
rifle,
there's
though.
something here. Is this a communicator?
Really now.
Proxy, look at this. A communicator left right at the Hollow's entrance.
They're not even trying to be subtle with it, huh?
Why is there a communicator here? It doesn't look like it was left behind randomly.
There's hardly any dust on its surface, which means it was only placed here recently. It looks like someone wants us to use it.
Oh, such decisiveness. Following random location info without even thinking twice. I'm glad, Sniper of Liar Squad.
Liar Squad? What's that? More importantly, who are you?
Sniper. Or should I say Charon now? Haven't you shared your past with our dear Proxy? If introductions aren't your strong suit, I'd be happy to show you how. You can call me Grim Vulture, the one behind this string of murders. You see, I've been working my way down a list, crossing off names. And now, Charon of Liar Squad, your name is next.
Looks like you've done your homework on me. Just because my presence interfered with your plan, you've decided to take me out for good?
I thought you were just going to be another obstacle in my way. But now, with you in my sights, this must be some kind of destiny.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm looking for someone. Given that you're waiting at the hollow entrance they shared, I'm guessing you have them. If you hand them over, perhaps we can make a deal.
Oh, Karen suddenly dodges to the side, raises her gun and fires, bruising her body to shield Eos. In the next instant, a bullet flies past her and hits the ground. Her shot flew off into the distance, and there's only one thing that's for certain. It didn't hit Grim Vulture.
So your version of making a deal is stalling for time to locate me and lining up your shot? Can't say I'm surprised. After all, that's exactly what I plan to do too. You seem to have rather unique eyes, but you'll never get the chance to hit me. After all, no one's better at counter-sniping than me.
Seems talking won't resolve this, but I'm not averse to using force.
Now that's the spirit! If you're looking for someone, why not search the hollow for clues? Providing you can survive both my attacks and those of the ethereals, of course. Oh, and I've prepared a little gift for all your trouble. I hope you still have that determined look on your face after seeing it.
I wonder if they're gonna keep shooting at us. There it is. Yeah, they're gonna keep
taking shots from afar.
Fine. In position.
Is there nothing we can do?
2, 3, 4, 5.
An opening.
Up, up,
They're ambushing.
up, up.
Taking the shot.
Unfortunately, the setup is really good.
Copy.
I found a box. Something feels off about it.
A rather creepy box. It's giving off an unsettling stench. You have a bad feeling that opening it would be asking for trouble. And you glance at Charon beside you, who has fallen silent. Clearly, he's having the same feeling. Right now, she's hesitating about whether to open this box. Wait, Charon, don't open it. And she opens it anyway. And a blood-stained, tattered military cap, carelessly crumpled and stuffed in the corner of the box. Though the owner's identity remains unknown, the message it conveys can only mean one thing. Someone's dead. Don't touch what's in the box. Karen reaches out and picks up the military cap from the box, of course. Nobody listens to me. Her fingers tracing its shape. Her lips tremble. I'm okay, Proxy. If my sense of touch isn't deceiving me, this appears to be outfit of my former two mates wore, or a replica of it. So this is the surprise Grim Vulture mentioned. I see now. Let's keep moving, Proxy. Karen goes silent, yet as she chambers another round, you can sense her hands trembling slightly, while her grip grows even stronger.
You still remember what's inside the box, right? Your loyal teammate's cap. The one Sticks always wore. Curious as lucky guy.
Up, 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 up.
He took his own life. There wasn't much different from being caught by a theory.
Do that.
Stop resisting.
Go and do this.
Almost completely taken over his body. He was being corrupted, covered in crystals. His core was almost fully formed.
Yeah.
Another high-pressure ether taken. And a lot of ethereals have already been drawn to it.
Right then. Kind of easy.
We did it, Proxy. Let's keep moving.
Oh, another box.
I
Nice.
want to catch that murderer as soon as possible.
Okay.
The second box emanates an ominous aura. That unsettling stench seems to warn you that its contents, just like the previous box, will give you an absolutely wretched experience. Karen's breathing grows heavy. She stands still for several seconds, seemingly trying to control her emotional turmoil. Karen, don't push yourself. And finally, she opens the box. A pair of blood-stained, tattered military gloves lie twisted in the center of the box. It's clear that whoever placed them here hadn't just tossed them in carelessly. They had been deliberately arranged with malicious intent. Karen picks up the gloves, once again feeling their contours and icy touch. Her lips turn pale. Just as I thought. These are from one of my squad mates too. Karen. Let's keep moving, Proxy. Following this route should lead us to Green Vulture's hideout. I am fine. Karen picks up her weapon again, but there's an unmistakable tremor of unease in her voice.
Acheron's favorite gloves. It
Oh
wasn't
no,
easy getting my hands on them.
not this shit again. Oh, there you go, I'm out. Damn.
As expected of such a famous, beautiful commander, even the gloves are stylish.
Adjusting for wind.
Bam, 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 bam. There you go. Pop, 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 pop.
Shameless sniper.
We have combat. Fire support ready.
Pop, 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 and do this.
He's a good Imperial's not on her order. It went too well.
Wait. Oh, there was something else behind me. Damn. I did not notice this guy.
And she still has tobacco. She stood tall, even in
An opening!
It's just as I said. She died from multiple wounds. Even the most beautiful flower will wither without protection.
Right on time.
Won't it?
I dodged that shot at the last moment, seriously.
Do you think I'm telling the truth or a lie this time?
Adjusting for wind. How long do you intend to keep up this game of cat and mouse?
Pop, pop. Bam, 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 bam.
I'll be coming to your hideout soon. Wipe that smile off your face and wait. Wait and see what I'm going to do.
There you go. And another box. There is still a third box. You grab Karen's hand, trying to stop her from opening it. But she lifts the box lid almost mechanically. The third box contains a blood-stained corner of clothing and a severely damaged piece of engineering equipment, also stained with blood. Karen picks them up, her trembling fingers feeling their shapes. She doesn't speak, neither about the plans for pursuing Green Vulture, nor about which of her companions these items belongs to. until the communicator in our handle rings again with Grim Vulture's voice.
Congratulations! You found the third box. Inside is... Who was it again? Oh, right. A piece of bloodied fabric from Cocytus's clothes and some damaged engineering gear stained with Leafy's blood. There weren't enough boxes, so I had to cram them together. They're just a medic and an engineer, not exactly combat material, right? Surely you're not mad, are you?
And Karen's face turns deathly pale. She silently picks up the bloodied items from the box, her spirit visibly shaken by the weight of these ominous relics.
That's enough. Using her squadmates who are like family to mentally torture her. How much longer are you planning on doing this?
Oh dear, did I go too far? My sincerest apologies. It's just, watching you plunge headfirst into my trap was so entertaining. I may have gotten a bit carried away, you know? Relax, the person you're looking for isn't here, and those are just fakes. I didn't actually take them from her comrades. Her comrades are long since corpses in the hollow, after all. How could I possibly have gotten hold of their clothes?
A surge of rage threatens to drown all thought. Just as you are about to retort, a crisp gunshot rings out. Karen's shot is clean and decisive, carrying an unmistakable intent to kill. But from the response on the other end of the communicator, it seems she missed her target.
Oh, a decisive strike to be sure. But as I've already said, your awareness, sight, and experience mean nothing in front of a more skilled sniper.
I didn't expect to kill you so easily. There was a subtle change in your ether fluctuations the moment I fired. That was all I needed. You knowing my past makes me feel sick. But after seeing that you're just a coward who feels fear from another's killing intent, it doesn't bother me as much anymore.
Coward, you say? How fascinating! You were little more than a hollow shell before, but now that you've bared your teeth, you've started looking somewhat respectable. I know your composure is nothing more than a facade. You've never truly faced the weight of your comrades' deaths, have you? I bet your mind is now filled with their dying screams.
We both believe her squad is still alive. You can stop with the lies. Why are you so fixated on Charon? Just because she used to serve in the defense force? She has nothing to do with your target.
Nothing to do with it. Then why don't you go ask her about it? What surprises me more is you actually believe her teammates are still alive. Don't tell me she dragged you into all this danger without telling you anything.
Shut up.
If she won't tell you, I will. Those so-called alive squad mates of hers went missing during the fall of the old capital. I'm sure you know exactly what that means. When the old capital fell, countless Defense Force soldiers were either killed by ethereals or became them. The surviving soldiers, struggling to defend themselves, never had the opportunity to carry their comrades' bodies out of Hollow Zero. Obviously, her squad mates, the members of Liar Squad, were among the dead. But since their bodies were never found, she insists they're still alive. Even going as far as to deceive her own proxy. It's laughable.
I didn't lie to the proxy. They're alive. I have proof. Someone like you could never understand.
I could never understand? You think it's hard to understand your childish thought process? If you really have solid proof, why not tell me? Come on, let's hear it!
My eyes. I lost nearly 90% of my vision during the fall of the old capital. But in return, I gained the ability to see what others can't. Every second of every day for years, I've seen my squad mates. Not as fleeting shadows, but vivid and lifelike. They've never disappeared. They're alive, waiting for me to find them. Why else would I have been given these eyes?
That's your proof? Did you hear that? Proxy hiding in the bamboo. She spent years chasing after people who couldn't possibly exist, all because of some ghostly visions. You'd rather believe those visions of your teammates are real-time projections than accept that they're dead. What if I told you the way I described their deaths before was the absolute truth? Will you finally face reality? Or will you keep fooling yourself, believing in ghosts? I guess you'll keep deceiving yourself. Because that's how you survive.
I'm not lying to myself. I really
want to find your squad mates who have been missing for years and were officially declared dead? You couldn't protect them when the old capital fell, and now you're just making up stories to fool yourself. To give yourself some so-called reason to go on, to latch on to any stupid excuse. You're just a selfish, naive coward who did nothing and couldn't do anything when your comrades were dying.
Well, to be fair, if she was practically blind, like 90% blind, and her job is sniper, how are you supposed to snipe if you can't see where you are shooting at? Yeah. Karen stands there, speechless. Grimfulcher's relentless verbal assault has clearly struck home. The little color that had briefly turned to her face drains away, leaving her visibly shaken, unable to muster a single word in rebuttal.
Giving up already? At least you've got a shred of dignity left. Nothing disgusts me more than a useless hypocrite. Enough of this. Time to die, coward.
Charon is not a coward. Someone who enters the hollows despite the condition of their eyes is anything but a coward. At the very least, she's far braver than a criminal like you, who hides in the shadows, enjoys torturing others, and is constantly in fear of being caught.
Proxy,
Your proxy sure has a way with words. I won't waste any more of my breath. Just die already.
I've completed analysis of the surrounding fissures. Charon, snap out of it. We can use that fissure to escape.
Fissures? When did you... Still trying to play tricks.
With no hope of a counterattack, you practically drag Karen, turning to run towards the fissure that had escaped Grimfulcher's notice. Just as the bullet is about to strike, you manage to escape through the fissure. Oh man. Well, this is all sorts of troubling. You escape from the hollow and return to the video store, bringing along Karen, who's lost all will to fight. She seems more traumatized than you imagined, repeatedly touching her eyes, silent and distant.
Charon? Do you want some hot cocoa? I'm sure you're exhausted after such a tough fight. You should get some rest.
thanks, but I'm fine.
Don't listen to Grimvulcher. They'd say anything to get under your skin. Once we start doubting the truth, we've fallen into their trap.
No, Proxy. I think Grimvulcher has a point. Maybe it's all just in my head. The things Grimvulcher left. When I touched them, I was reminded of the day the old capital fell. I felt the same sensation when I touched an injured comrade. I tried to shake off that feeling, but the truth is, I can't stop thinking about the possibility that all my squad mates are dead.
Would you be willing to share more? What really happened on the day the old capital fell with you and the Liar Squad?
That day, in the first hour Hollow Zero started expanding, Defense Force HQ thought it was just a normal Hollow disaster, and thought they could suppress it with the standard amount of troops. Liar Squad was among the first troops sent there. Before we left, our superiors promised reinforcements would be on the way to support us in combat, so we didn't need to worry too much about facing the ethereals. But soon after we began the mission, we realized things weren't going to go like we thought. The ethereals came at us like an endless tide. The Hollow expanded beyond control, and more importantly, the reinforcements never came. The Defense Force troops outside the Hollow soon realized this was no ordinary disaster. Hollow Zero was devouring Eridu at horrifying speed. The reinforcement plan was called off, and the promised troops retreated. Honestly, even if they had come to help, it wouldn't have changed anything. I watched as members of the advanced force around me died one after another, or were corrupted into ethereals. Our squad slowly lost the strength to maintain formation. I was a weak point in our formation. An ether shot fired by an ethereal hit my eyes, corrupting them. Because of that and several other wounds, I shortly lost consciousness. I'm not sure how long I was out, but just before losing my vision, I briefly regained consciousness. The last thing my eyes saw was my squad mate standing in front of me, looking back.
Do I know this thing? Is this the big one that Miyabi was chasing when we were introduced to Hollow Zero?
When I woke up again, I was already back at base. The higher-ups detonated the Shiryu pillars, and finally managed to bring Hollow Zero under control. I don't know who rescued me from the Hollow, but none of my squad mates had made it out. For some reason, the image of my squad mates being the last thing I saw has stayed in my mind. It must be some kind of sign. A sign that they're still alive. Don't you think? They must have continued fighting after I fell unconscious, eventually getting lost in some hollow and losing contact with the main force, left to wander between the various hollows of New Eridu. That must have been what happened, right?
Well, except that apparently food gets corrupted quickly within the hollow, and there is only so long you can last inside the hollow without a protection equipment, you know? And even if you had protection, there is a time limit, right? I mean, they are injured, and human can only bleed that much before they die.
The Defense Force? Civilians? No one believes me. So I decided to find them myself. The reason behind these eyes, it's got to be to guide me to finding them still alive. Am I wrong, Proxy? Are these eyes pointless? I knew that's what you thought. Interpreting what my eyes see as proof my squad mates are still alive is just wishful thinking. But if they're really gone, why would I have been given these eyes, which bring nothing but pain? If they're truly no longer alive, how can I apologize to them in person? Tell them I'm sorry. Sorry for being so weak. Sorry that I failed to protect them. Their faces are all so blurry. I can't see their expressions. I can't even bear to look at them. If their final look at me was filled with resentment and disappointment, I wouldn't know how to handle it.
Is this the start of Wise's, Riz actions? But let's go.
Charon, listen to me. Even if everyone else thinks you're wrong, Belle and I will always stand by your resolve to find your squad mates. You don't need to make any justifications. Because someone close to us is missing too. And we desperately hope she's still alive. Even if the whole world doesn't understand, we will never give up. But I also think, being consumed by this obsession, unable to move forward, that's not what those who matter to us would want.
That's right. Charon, you're a very kind person. Maybe that's why you feel responsible for protecting everyone, and regret when you can't do enough. But you don't have to carry it all on your own.
Yeah, you can trust us to have your back. We're certain that Grim Vulture hasn't killed the client yet. As long as we have a lead, there's still hope, and we'll be your support. Your will and determination shouldn't be dismissed. No matter how things turn out, we'll stand by your side, and we'll face it together.
Proxy, thank you. I feel better now. At the very least, I want to keep investigating. I'm not just going to stop here.
With the tension easing, it's time to discuss the plan going forward. And just then, the phone rings. Is this Shepard?
Sorry to disturb you at this hour. Did you go investigate that new hollow? How's it going?
What the fuck, Shepard? How do you even...
Oh, never mind. The client just shared a new location with me on Knock Knock.
They're pretty eager, huh? Which hollow is it this time?
No, it's not a hollow. If I'm reading this right, this location is Scott Outpost.
Oh?
Scott Outpost? Isn't that managed by the Defense Force and White Star Institute? What's Grim Vulture up to?
It's Remembrance Day. Don't you recall what Aaron said before? They're holding an event right now, and the place will be open to the public.
Oh, hell no.
So they're not trying to lure us into a hollow this time. What's the deal? Are they trying to taunt us?
Or just make one big explosion.
Whether it's a provocation or a trap, I'm not missing any chance to face Grim Vulture. Proxy, will you go with me?
The official commencement of the Remembrance Day has been scheduled for tomorrow morning, meaning ordinary citizens still cannot freely enter Scott Outpost today. Under arrangements, Karen spent the night at the store, and the next morning... Weiss, we'll be heading to the outpost with Karen soon. Did you rest well last night? Of course not. Me too. Thoughts of the past kept me up, especially those related to Karen, and I didn't manage to fall asleep until late. Anyway, Karen is already waiting for you in the parking lot. I wonder how she's feeling now. Weiss, please take good care of her when the time comes, okay? Leave it to me. Oh man. Oh man. I don't like where this is going. Good morning, Proxy. Did you sleep at all last night? Yes, I did. Sorry, Proxy, for losing my composure in front of you yesterday. I think I've gotten my mood back in order now. Gee. It seems I can't hide it from you, Proxy. I'm sorry. I think I'm still struggling to process this sadness and unease. I'm not sure where I should go from here. Well then, let's find a way forward. Yeah, you're right. Instead of continuing to suffer, it's better to reach out and grasp all the hope we can find around us. Maybe things will eventually change. Let's go, Proxy. Today, we're attending Remembrance Day as ordinary citizens, so we can't carry any weapons. I suppose Grim Vulture wouldn't be foolish enough to make a move inside the military stronghold. Let's keep an eye out while we're there. I believe we should be able to find new clues. And we arrive at Scout Outpost with Karen. Many citizens have come to Remembrance Day. They must be the relatives of those who gave their lives during the fall of the old capital. For some reason, after coming here, Karen has been acting a bit strange. Proxy, can we explore this place later? What's wrong? No, it's nothing. Gee. Alright, I'll say it. It seems like there are some familiar faces here. Wouldn't it be nice to meet them? I don't think I can face them. If I'm not mistaken, they should be the family members of my teammates. I don't know how should I face them. You know, normally speaking, you would have to face them sooner or later, but yeah, sometimes it does take time to do things. Get your stuff in order, you know. I know, but I'll be there for you. Then it's a deal. I will go talk to them. Roxy, you don't have to say anything. Just stay by my side and give me the courage to speak. Seriously, wise? You son of a gun. I swear to God, how many people have you risked all your life before we come over? Are you Alan? Acheron's brother? How did you know? Who are you? Wait, your eye cover. So you're Acheron's sole surviving teammate. I remember you. We met once after the fall of the old capital. After that, I didn't hear anything about you again. I never expected to meet you here. This plushie? It's Acheron's favorite plushie. She always kept it in the most prominent spot in her room. I brought it along here as if bringing my sister's shadow to participate in Remembrance Day. Yeah, plushies are good. It doesn't matter if you're a child or an adult. If you are, you know, just a regular person or even a military person, a plushie is a plushie. It makes you feel good. I'm sorry, Mr. Allen. You don't need to apologize. I still remember one time when my sister came home excitedly, telling me that a shy new girl had joined the squad. That girl didn't speak much, but she was beautiful in battle. That was the happiest I've had ever seen her. Really? I don't know who this Acheron person is, but she's good. To her, you were a presence that inspired admiration and a desire not to fall behind. A beautiful soldier who gave her the drive to keep moving forward. You don't have to apologize to me. If my sister were here, she would surely say the same thing. Please don't mind me too much. The Defense Force has made a lot of preparation for the Remembrance Day event. Please, take your time here. Well, a lot of sensitive information there. Let's stop with this lady's. Well, this is oof. My son, can you see me now? I'm doing well. My legs and feet are fine. I just miss you so much. Excuse me, are you Cocytus' mother, Ethel? Oh, you are... Oh, I can recognize you. I saw you once in the military camp after the fall of the old city. You're Cocytus' teammate, one of the survivors. I've been wanting to get in touch with you over the years to see how you've been, but I never heard from you. Didn't expect to meet you here at Remembrance Day. I guess this is fate. Mrs. Ethel, is your health still... I am in good health, fortunately. Everything is fine. Although I'm the only one left in the family. The pension from the government is enough and I still have some years in me. I'm sorry. Cocytus, well, you don't need to apologize. My son may appear carefree on the surface, but he's always felt so much pressure. One day, he suddenly told me that he had found a companion who truly understood him. I believe he was talking about you. How could I possibly blame you? Someone who helped my son. It's such a blessing. You, a kind-hearted person, are alive and standing here today. I am so glad. Mrs. Ethel, Child, don't worry about me. Since you're here for Remembrance Day, take your time to walk around and look around. I hope you find something meaningful. Well now, Karen is pretty loved here, huh? Wait a moment. That eye cover, that blonde hair. Could you be my husband's Styx teammate? Styx, are you Mrs. Sally, Styx's wife? Yes, my daughter and I came to attend Remembrance Day. The last time I saw you was right after the fall of the old capital. I never expected to see you again here today. Your daughter. Is this your daughter, Zita? Mom, who is she? Zita, this is your dad's comrade from the defense force. Every time he went to the battlefield, she would be there to protect him. To protect him? Comrade? If that's so, why didn't you protect my dad during the fall of the old capital? Why did you let him die and make him unable to come back to me? Oof. Zita! I'm sorry, I couldn't protect him. I'm sorry. Don't listen to what Zita is saying. She doesn't understand. We've never blamed you. Please don't say that. Zita, you can say such hurtful things. Apologize right now. Why should I apologize? She survived, but Dad didn't. Isn't that the truth? If it weren't for her abandoning him, Dad could have come back safely. Enough. You don't know what happened back then. Mrs. Sally, I don't think she's wrong. Please don't think that way. I'll make sure to bring her to apologize to you later. I need to explain to her what really happened. I'm really sorry. Please, don't let us keep you. Go and explore the Remembrance Day event for now. Please remember, all your comrades, including my husband, would want you to see the hope they left behind. To your surprise, many relatives of deceased Lyra squad are here for Remembrance Day event. Is this really just a coincidence? As you ponder this question, the relatives have gathered in front of Charon.
Miss, I'm sorry for being mean to you before. Mom told me you were protecting Dad until the very last moment before you passed out. I shouldn't have said you left him to die.
I'm really sorry. Zita was really young when it happened, so she was too little to understand, and I haven't really talked about it. I hope she didn't upset you. No, she was right. If only I'd been strong enough to take down most of the ethereals. Maybe they wouldn't have ended up in that situation.
Oh, that's not fair. The old capital was falling. No single person's strength could ever be the deciding factor in the face of a disaster like that.
In spite of it all, you survived. If they were still here, I'm sure they'd see that as something to celebrate.
I've always known the truth. I failed to protect them. A weakling like me survived, and the rest of them disappeared without a trace. This isn't solace. It's the worst possible outcome. That's something I can't face. I've never had the courage to tell you I couldn't protect your loved ones. All I can do is wander New Eridu, hoping to find some trace of them. Even after all this time, I still haven't accomplished anything. I'm sorry.
You really don't know us at all. This isn't the worst possible outcome by any means. Styx, my husband, and all his comrades who lost their lives, each one of them left behind their own legacy. Just look all around you. Everyone standing before you is a legacy they protected that is carried on to this day. After my husband passed away, Zeta and I received survivor benefits. And with all the odd jobs I've been doing, we've managed to get to where we are today. Styx always wanted our daughter to study art, and Zeta's interested in it too. Now, that dream has become a reality. She just got accepted into the art school in Janus Quarter.
Mom and I have our tough days, but I often think of Dad's cheerful laughter, and that memory gives me the strength to keep pushing through. One day, it'll all pay off, just like it has now.
Thank you for always being by my husband's side, even at the very end.
Well, I suppose you must have heard about my condition from my son.
Ethel, Kakaitis used to tell me about you. He often took leave or skipped work to earn extra money by part-timing, or to care for you when you were sick in bed.
Yes, that's true, but I bet he never told you my illness became so bad that I needed major surgery, and he worked his tail off to raise the money. Who would have thought he would pass before me? I used the benefits from his death for the surgery, and that's the only reason I'm here today. In a way, his passing allowed my life to continue. Every time I think about it, I feel like I need to keep my body healthy and live a few more years. The sights I see, I believe he can sense them from somewhere far away. When I was too weak to take care of him, it was you and your comrades who stayed by his side. Thank you for everything that you've done for him.
As for me, well, I'm currently working as a fashion designer.
A fashion designer? Is that because of Acheron?
It is. I'm sure you remember how much she loved beautiful things. She was always into fashion, so I decided to become part of that world. That way, she can always be with me. I admit I had no idea how fun fashion design could be until I actually gave it a shot. I wish I'd figured that out sooner. We would have had so much more to talk about. Anyway, I'm planning to start my own fashion brand next year. She used to say that after retiring from the army, she wanted to pursue fashion design. I really want to carry on her dream. It feels like my life's purpose. You know, she used to talk about you when she came home for the holidays. How your rivalry pushed her to keep improving. So, thank you. I'm proud of my sister, and I'm proud of you, too.
As you can see, all of us have made it to this day, carrying the will of those we loved. So please don't say they left nothing behind. They've always been a part of every pain and joy we've experienced over the years. Please remember, Everything and everyone in New Eridu is only here today because you all risked your lives in battle.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful to hear about how you're all doing and to listen to these words. I'm so glad I decided to come here on Remembrance Day.
Speaking of which, I wasn't expecting to see any of you. What brings you here today?
I could ask you the same thing, Ethel. Last time I asked, you said you weren't coming. I only came because I suddenly got a DM from Nathan. He said he really wanted me to be here.
Oh no.
I'm here because of Nathan's message, too. He was pretty insistent, so I thought he'd be here. But I've been looking around for a while now. I still haven't seen him.
So it's the same for all of us. I responded to his message, but he never wrote back. Isn't that strange?
Sorry, but who's this Nathan you're talking about?
Nathan is Lethe's younger brother. Frankly, out of all of us, he's probably the one who wants to see you the most. He used to be part of the defense force himself, and...
The day the old capital fell, his squad was responsible for supporting the forces that had already entered the Hollow, which included all of you.
I don't like where this is going.
He's told us that story so many times. When they saw how bad things were in that Hollow, some of the reinforcements called off their plans and pulled back. He tried to stop them, but there was nothing he could do.
He always blamed himself and wanted to find you to apologize. But the truth is, the reinforcements retreating was inevitable. Shortly after their retreat, headquarters issued the official order.
How do you know that?
We all lost someone in that disaster. And for a while, we resented the reinforcements for their decision. But over time, we came to understand it, and we eventually let it go. There was no avoiding casualties in that battle. In hindsight, it wasn't wrong for headquarters to prioritize saving their strength.
May I ask what the name of Nathan's squad was when he was in the defense force?
The Impera squad of the Obsidian Division. Is something wrong?
Nothing. It's just... I think I might have stumbled upon the answer I was looking for.
I don't like where this is going. I really don't. After 4 family members paid their respects and left, they continued touring on Remembrance Day. Karen stood there in the daze, seemingly having understood something. At that moment, a sound came from the open space in front of the outpost. It seemed someone had stepped into the podium, and the citizens all gathered in the podium, preparing to listen to the person's speech. According to the schedule for Remembrance Day, it should be time for a representative of retired Defense Force veterans to give a speech. It looks like the speech is about to begin. I feel a bit concerned. Roxy, could we go over and listen to the speech for a moment? I thought it was gonna be the mayor. Wait, is that Zoe?
Is that Zoe on the podium?
Hmm?
Is she here to speak on behalf of the soldiers? A decorated veteran. That seems fitting. But I don't see Jesse or Aaron around. Didn't they come?
Everyone please, quiet down. Zoe, of Nemesis Squad, a representative of the veterans, will now deliver the Remembrance Day speech.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to stand here and speak on behalf of all of the soldiers of the Defense Force. Today, we gather to commemorate Remembrance Day, a day born from the tragedy of the old capital's fall. Many of us lost relatives or friends in the disaster, and I am no exception. Every member of my squad perished in that battle, leaving me as the only survivor. Losing the friends you cherish to the Hollow, is a pain that never fades. It's a sorrow that will stay with us, now and forever. However, to the families of the fallen soldiers, hold your heads high with pride for your loved ones who gave their lives. They fought to the very last moment when the old capital fell. Death isn't the end, nor dishonor. It is their eternal medal. They gave their lives facing an unstoppable disaster, exchanging their sacrifice for the world we have today. In doing so, they fulfilled their duties as soldiers to perfection. Without the blood they spilled, Eridu would not have endured, and new Eridu would never have risen from the ashes. In honor of the wishes of the departed, look ahead, people of New Eridu. Our thoughts and remembrance of those who passed will be carried in every flicker of candlelight and in every bouquet of flowers.
Zoe's speech is met with a wave of prolonged applause. Yet, amidst the claps, she droops her head, her expression darkening. She stays silent, waiting for the applause to fade before lifting her gaze and scanning the crowd. Her eyes pause briefly on Charon, carrying a chilling aura.
My speech was meant to end here, but since you all seem quite engaged, please allow me to share a little more. The reason you all agree with what I've said is because it offers a way to step away from the pain. That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease the weight of others' deaths, so they can find a way to start over. This is the new Eridu of today. A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived it keep saying things like, treasure the moment and start fresh to numb themselves, hoping to forget the nightmare. No one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero. No one asks why they had to die. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught, while the weak survived. This is a new Eridu, built by weaklings. Its order founded upon their way of thinking.
Yo, what the fuck?
Your applause makes me realize you all accept this logic. Each of you had loved ones who sacrificed their lives in the fall of the old capital. And now, you're thankful that someone has encouraged you to move on from them.
Yo, what the fuck?
What meaning does the sacrifice of those who died have if you all choose to forget? Have you never thought about why your own loved ones had to die? And why no one is responsible for their deaths?
I'm starting to wonder if Zoe is the one doing all this shooting.
Miss Zoe, there's not much time left for your,
Open your eyes! I'm speaking to those who have lost loved ones! If death is the medal for the fallen, then pain is the cross the living must bear. If you fear its weight and run from the suffering, the soldiers will never find peace in their eternal rest. To tear the wound open once again, so you'll never forget the searing pain! That's the real meaning of Remembrance Day!
Yo, what the fuck?
I don't agree.
Charon, I didn't expect you to be here for Remembrance Day. How are things going with your search? Seems like you have something to say.
Among the people standing here, there's a woman who raised her daughter with the survivor benefits left by her husband. Another who's been able to carry on with her life thanks to the final efforts of her child. And yet another who's found purpose because of the influence of his late sister. The will of the deceased lives on in every person here. The soldiers who died during the fall of the old capital fought for this. The future that their loved ones are making for themselves now. The old me might have agreed with what you said, but someone taught me that pain and hardship can lead to hope. They helped me see that hope could be inherited, not just destroyed when life fades. That's why I believe the departed didn't leave us wounded or with a heavy cross to bear, but with a melody. Each of us holds a harmonica that plays the melody of life. At first, it may sound awkward, but it will eventually flow smoothly, taking on our own style, until it merges with our soul.
You seem quite certain about what you're saying. Tell me then, what kind of melody is left behind by those we've lost?
I'm not sure. I can't picture the exact melody, but I trust the answer I've chosen. And I trust everything I've seen and heard.
A vague and insubstantial answer, isn't it? I was right about you, Charon. From the moment we met, I knew we'd never really understand each other.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Everyone, I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit.
Well, that was really awkward. Zoe exits the venue without sparing a single glance back, leaving the audience and the defense force in a state of confusion. Karen looks thoughtfully in the direction she disappeared.
What do you think, Proxy?
I think we may have found our shooter.
Her demeanor and what she said earlier. Something was clearly off. I have a bad feeling.
You mean about her real identity, right? Looks like we're on the same page. Shielded by her identity as a decorated soldier, she seemed pretty confident that we wouldn't confront her directly on military ground like at the outpost. She arrived so brazenly and left without a care. If I'm right about this, she'll be trying to contact us again in no time.
And, of course, the phone rang. And Shepard appears on the screen as he answers the video call. He seems panicked and anxious to speak, but the moment he sees that you're in Scout Outpost, he swallows back the word and clears his throat instead.
Looks like you're a little busy, so I'll keep it short. The client just sent me a location via Knock Knock, along with a picture of several unconscious, tied-up individuals. I'll send you the location shortly. It should be an entrance to the Hollow in Port Elpis. At this stage, I don't have any further requests. My only hope is that you'll proceed with caution.
A location with a picture of the hostages. Looks like Grim Vulture is losing patience and wants to put an end to all this.
Charon, what's your plan? No matter what you decide, I'll stay by your side till the end.
Karen doesn't answer right away. Instead, she takes out her harmonica and looks down at it, as if she's trying to decide. In the end, she tucks her harmonica away.
I've made up my mind. Proxy, please accept my official commission. Help me venture into the depths of the Hollow to rescue the client and any other hostages. It's time to put an end to this. It's up to me to stop Grim Vulture. Stop her from crushing everything in front of her with that heavy cross.
We found our shooter. You leave the Remembrance Day event with Karen and return to the video store. She cleans her firearm multiple times and keeps adjusting her breathing. The showdown is about to begin. Proxy, thank you for accompanying me this far. In the upcoming battle, Grim Vulture has likely already set up a stage filled with traps. We may need to brace ourselves for a tough fight. Any tips? To be honest, there isn't a fully viable strategy. The opponent is a sniper and can keenly anticipate the timing and trajectory of each of my shots, dodging in advance. Entering the battlefield pre-prepared by such a formidable enemy alone, it's foreseeable that she will continuously occupy elevated sniper positions, relentlessly targeting us, while we will have very few opportunities to land a hit on her. Wouldn't that mean we'd be easy prey? Theoretically speaking, that's right. In a sniper duel, the one who fails to secure the best vantage point or exposes their position is always the loser. But I believe there's still a chance. In our previous fight, I could sense the pride and impatience of Grim Fletcher as a sniper. I'm not sure where that impatience comes from, but that pride is definitely something we can turn against her. I believe she would never accept the idea of me surpassing her in sniping skills. If I can outmatch her at a critical moment, she will lose her composure. That will be the only instant she exposes a weakness. Proxy, this is the strategy I've chosen. Grim Fletcher may indeed be the superior sniper, but I will surpass her and make this strategy succeed. To win this battle despite the overwhelming disadvantage, please, entrust your back to me, Proxy. I need you as my companion to support me. Okay then, if you're back to me, ma'am. Yes, I will. I will protect you, so please, also provide me with your guidance. Oh man. And the final battle. Oh, okay.
I've got your back.
Don't just Officer 140
Still
will
on
get it
this
done.
party.
Charon, look. Another communicator.
Of course. How thoughtful of you to put it in a shade.
Another communicator. It's a bad habit for a sniper to be so talkative.
Oh, really? I think it's rather good for my mental health to witness in real time how my target becomes desperate and gives up their struggle.
Do you really still need to disguise your voice? I thought you didn't want to hide anymore, Zoe.
You're right. Seems there's no need for secrecy anymore. I, Zoe, the sniper known as Grim Vulture of Nemesis Squad, send you my regards.
Zoe. No. Grim Vulture. You, like me, were one of the advanced troops deployed to suppress Hollow Zero right after the fall of the old capital, right? Noct, Cartes, and Impera Squad. So far, all the victims have been members of these squads. They were initially supposed to enter the Hollow to reinforce the advanced troops. Nemesis, your squad lacking reinforcements, lost everyone except you in the fall of the old capital. You blamed their deaths on the absence of reinforcements and sought revenge on them. That's my conclusion. Just like me, the fall of the old capital left you entirely alone.
A sniper, the sole survivor, a mere pawn abandoned by the military. Don't you think we're very much alike? The Impera squad member, Nathan, the one you're searching for, he pleaded with me to let him go when I was about to kill him, saying he had to see you no matter what. That's how you caught my attention. I let him live to get all sorts of information on you. I was so curious about you that I even set a trap, disguising myself as a victim to get closer to you.
Oh man, this is literally Saul.
It turns out we share the same story. We even got the same PTSD symptoms. After all these years, we still see images of our teammates before they die. It's impossible to erase them from our minds. It's just, you use ridiculous fantasies to numb yourself, chasing after illusions of your squad mates. While I can't afford to be as naive as you. One night, when I was overwhelmed overwhelmed with the unbearable images of my comrades' deaths, vomiting and crying, I finally realized the meaning behind their appearance before me. They were pleading with me, pleading for vengeance against those who abandoned us, begging me to destroy the repulsive, hypocritical new order of New Eridu. So, I carried on their will. I began kidnapping targets and sniping them in the hollow, watching as they became corrupted and died in despair.
Do you really think this is what they'd want?
What else? Would they want me to be like you, playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, accepting their deaths when I'm done playing, and then forgiving the very enemy who killed them? What a noble and virtuous gesture! Forgive on behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with New Eridu's order, and live peacefully among cowards. It's precisely because you and I are so similar that this hypocritical and cruel attitude makes it even harder for me to forgive you. After our first conversation, I was certain I must end your life myself to prove I'm right.
That's exactly what I wanted to say to you, too. Because we've suffered the same hardships, I can't accept the path of destruction you've chosen. Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, the client I've been searching for, and any other targets of revenge you've set your sights on. They all feel regret and struggle over the choices they made back then. But you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital. Instead, you went after the easiest targets. Grim Vulture, as a sniper of the Eridu Defense Force, you have failed in your duty. To preserve the will and hope left by my comrades, I'm going to put an end to your actions right here!
That suits me just fine. A sniper should let the gun do the talking. Make it to the deepest part of the hollow alive, and I'll meet you with nothing but raw malice.
Oh, damn.
Since you made it here, let me reward you with a few things you don't know.
Which is?
Noct, Cartus, Impura, and many other squads. Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat?
Now or never.
An opening! Watch your...
Relying on a show of hands to vote, isn't that ridiculous?
Engaging head-on. Adjust.
Third way, like a kindergarten election for class monitor.
Taking the shot.
So, when I killed them, I employed the same.
Jesse and Aaron, do you have them too? Or are they already?
Well, I killed a bit too fast.
You still care about them? Or should I say...
Recalibrating.
It looks like I have to do enough of a threat to your life if you still have the time to worry about them.
I'm guessing that's it.
Why not leave their faces unsolved
damn it.
mysteries?
Right back at ya!
Normally that's more
There you go.
successful, right?
Behave!
In any case, you stumble into the underworld with your insight filling out.
Time to pin it down.
Oh, I didn't parry that.
Wouldn't it be more
What's that?
exciting to wait until then to reveal the answer?
What's this? Wait,
The target's weird.
You morons are so stupid. Oh, you're hilarious. I pretended to be a little, and they treated me as one of their own.
I guess Jesse and
The
What was her
wind and
name
rain
again?
are picking up.
Yeah, the weakling is dead. So
Extreme weather is perfect for sending you to your grave. No one will hear your screaming cries as you die.
Fire support, ready.
pop, pop, pop.
They're ambushing. Move!
Bam,
By the time the rain stops,
bam, 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 bam,
Yeah. Ether vision activate.
bam, bam, bam,
Taking a shot.
I wonder,
bam.
do you remember the weather on the day the old capital fell?
Oh, not this way?
It wasn't heavy rain like now, but the sky was just...
How do I get there?
Both your teammates and mine. They all perished in a place like this. You made it.
Oh, really now?
Such determination deserves praise. Now,
Pop, pop, pop.
time for the final showdown, Henry.
Maybe I should have brought... What was her name again? Caesar instead of...
Really? This is the only way to put it.
Yeah, maybe I should have brought Caesar instead of...
Their enemy head on.
what's her name again? Oh.
I prepared
Bam,
a little
bam,
gift for
bam,
you.
bam. Oh, that still hits me.
I
Up, 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 up.
Being a high-ranking officer.
Stab.
It wasn't easy luring it here. You can play with it for a while.
Come on.
Adjusting for wind.
Bam.
Your power.
I'll watch you from above.
Pop, pop, pop.
Orders.
Then I'll put a bullet right through your heart.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam.
No
Let's just load
restrictions.
it.
Fire it well.
I really should have brought Caesar instead of... Core.
Show no mercy.
So much shit to dodge. That range.
Recalibrating.
Dodge that too. Spuckle. Dodge that. Bam, 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 bam.
You're cornered. Ether vision activate. Target lock this bullet. Will reach its mark.
Oh damn.
Catch you in the next life!
Yeah, next life indeed.
Pin them down.
The real failure as a sniper is the one who's been forced into a corner, like you!
The wind. It's shifting.
I won't fall for your distractions so easily. What?
I will surpass you with my own melody of victory.
Damn!
And let the wind be the opening notes.
Charon! No! Wake up! Charon! That's...
After the gunshot, The hollow falls silent once more, leaving only the countless biting raindrops, attempting over and over to wash away the scent of blood that oozed from the wounds of the defeated, only to fail time and time again. The loser pays no attention to her mortal wound, only staring at the distant horizon, as though salvation might be waiting there. Sometime later, the victor has climbed the steel and stands in front of her. They share their last words, while the defeated still has the energy to converse.
Just you? Where's your friend, the proxy?
The proxy went to rescue the hostages. I want to speak with you alone. A sniper should always monitor the changes to their surroundings, factoring the environment into their tactics. Being blinded by the intent to kill and failing to take this into account was your downfall.
Didn't expect to be lectured by a youngster. What a disgrace. When my view was blocked, I realized you'd used the visual blind spot to reposition. So I adjusted my aim accordingly. But I still couldn't hit you.
Your prediction and accuracy were spot on. I was just saved once again by this. By both this harmonica, and by my former comrades.
Are you trying to say that this is destiny? That it's the will of my companions guarding me? I lost to the wave of ethereals, to the military's betrayal. And now I lose to your reckless actions, driven by some ridiculous fantasy. Your fantasy, your attitude, your very existence, and the outcome of this battle. They are the greatest denial and insult to my revenge.
Yet you're emitting a much calmer ether energy now. Almost as if you found relief.
My vision is fading. I can't see my comrades on the brink of death anymore. My wounds are fatal, but I don't feel any pain. Relief. It's not such a bad thing.
Did you intend for me to kill you from the start?
Let me answer that question with a story. The first time I saw you was actually during the fall of the old capital. My comrades were all dead, and the reinforcements the higher-ups promised before the mission never came. I can't even remember how long the fight went on. Ultimately, I had no choice but to retreat, failing to bring back my squad mates' bodies. I made my way through one battle line after another. The advanced troops were nearly wiped out. But when I reached a certain front, a small squad of survivors called out to me. Few people can still stand after such severe corruption and injury, but all 5 of them were still fighting. They were protecting a girl who had lost her sight and fallen unconscious while searching for a way out of the hollow. They told me they were beyond saving, and if I planned to retreat, I must take the girl with me. I couldn't turn down the last request of a group of heroic soldiers about to die in battle. Your comrades entrusted your life to me. I was the one who brought you out of the hollow. You already know what happened afterward. It didn't take long for you to leave the Defense Force after you came to. Just like me. I developed PTSD so intense that sometimes I couldn't even hold a normal conversation. But for me, the hardest blow was the death of my squad. To an orphan like me, they were family. If the reinforcements had kept their word and provided support, they wouldn't have died for nothing. Don't you ever have that thought?
say I don't would be a lie. But I think deep down you know. From the moment we stepped into the Hollow, there was no way we were getting saved. Given how quickly the Hollow was spreading, and the ever-increasing number of ethereals, it would take the sacrifice of countless Defense Force troops to suppress it. It wasn't something that could have been accomplished in such a short time. The reinforcements would have only been a drop in the bucket. More sacrifices without results. Canceling the reinforcements, sending the advanced troops to rescue as many civilians as possible to minimize casualties. I think most commanders would have made the same decision.
Objective and cold logic. I understand it, of course. But when you see members of the reinforcements living happy lives years later, can you still keep your composure? I couldn't. Even if the chance was minuscule, I wanted my squad mates to survive. But they turned that chance to zero, and still have the nerve to embrace a peaceful future. I can't help but resent them. By the time I realized what I'd done, I had already taken several lives. Nathan. When I tied him up and was about to kill him, he begged me to spare him, saying he had something to give you, no matter what. That was when you re-entered my line of sight. I think I've said this before. We're very similar, yet we have completely opposite beliefs. After meeting you, I became even more certain. In the face of suffering, I chose destruction, while you were destined to choose to protect. But you're still entangled in your obsession with your squad mates. If this continues, you'll eventually sink into a void of despair. Your hope is like a bubble, ready to burst at any moment. The version of you I want to kill is the complete one, who can firmly reject my answer. If you haven't found your answer yet, then I'll be the one to push you forward. I kill you, or you end me. Either way works. But after seeing your growth, maybe I'd prefer you to step over my body. That's the final answer.
Why?
Emptiness and doubt. No matter how many targets of my revenge I took down, nothing changed. Aiming my gun at former comrades, drowning in hate and rage, all it left was a hollow emptiness. But you're different. You've gained unconditional trust from the proxy. You have the courage to fight through my trap. And eventually, you'll have a melody that's uniquely yours. My belief has faltered. I finally remember. My squad mates were fools, just like you. You're right. They would never want me to become this way. I talk about carrying their cross. But in truth, I never carried their will. So be it. Take the hostage and go. A villain stained with the blood of others deserves nothing but a miserable end. I'm looking forward to how long you'll be able to protect those in front of your eyes. It can still be played after taking a bullet. Impressive.
This is my final melody to you. No matter how miserable you've become, I'll still remember you. Remember we once shared the same path in life. But in the end, our paths diverged. Your hatred has long twisted into sin. But if not for you, I wouldn't have learned how to hate, or found the true targets of my hatred. I used to know nothing. My teammates served as my teachers and taught me so much. And I think you must be my final teacher. You taught me, in the most intense way, what hatred truly means.
Really? So you found someone you want revenge against, too. That's good.
Well, that went dark. And apparently I missed one chest. Oh well. You rescue the kidnapped people, leave the hollow, and anonymously report things to public security. And update the shepherd on the situation. This series of tasks that needs to be done after such an intense battle leaves you dizzy. And after requesting to meet the client with Shepard, you receive his message calling you to Port Elpis. Proxy, we've arrived at the port. According to Shepard, he, the client, and the rescued Jess and Erin should all be here. Let's go talk to them. Cameron? Oh, Proxy, you noticed. Even though we defeated Grim Vulture, I still can't seem to let it go. Just as I thought. When the wind changed and the falling banner blocked her vision, we could have retreated, waited for her sight to clear, and then resumed sniping. If she had done that, I would have had no chance of winning. But her pride wouldn't allow her to take an action that implicitly admitted her tactics were inferior. She still chose to engage in a shootout with me, despite the blind spot. And so it was a successful strategy? But after realizing that she actually wanted to die, I started to wonder, was my course of action something she deliberately led me into? I would find a way to break her trap and create an opportunity for a reversal, and she was waiting for that moment, ready to test whether I had truly surpassed her through their confrontation. I believe that was her intention. Oh man, this is really complicated. Proxy, you told me that Grim Vulture once appeared here at the port, standing by the trash can on the wooden pier, gazing out at the sea. Really? I did? What was she thinking back then, I wonder? Sorry, I was just talking to myself. Let's go meet the client together. He's still alive and hasn't become another victim of Grim Vulture. I suppose that's the best news we can have. Although I already understand that the client's true identity is not my teammate, and it may not bring the hope I've longed for, I still want to face him. Alright then, let's go. That site. Man, you guys picked a ferry. Oh, there's everyone. Yo, what's up, Jess? Shepard and Jess seems to be exchanging tips about working in the internal intelligence trade. When he notices you want to talk to Jesse, Shepard cuts the conversation short and moves to a spot a bit further away. Ah, we meet again. How should I put it? You saved my life. Again. I really don't know how to thank you enough. You okay, bro? Physically, I wasn't hurt much, but my mood is complicated. Being kidnapped by the same person twice? Maybe my intellect isn't really suited for being an information broker. I'm already considering a career change. Looking back now, someone who truly wanted to kill me then and there wouldn't have deliberately knocked me out again and left me to be rescued by you. But at the time, I was just relieved to have survived and never even suspected Zoe. When she suddenly showed up at my door, claiming to have important information, I was completely unprepared. That's how I ended up being tied up in the hollow for the second time. And next is, she no longer hid and played the hunting game with me, but instead stood directly in front of me, pointing her gun at me, and revealed the true reason why she wanted to kill me. The events of the fall of the old capital are something I really don't want to remember. I know I'm a coward. At the most critical moment, I chose to retreat along with the rest of the troops. But if you had seen that rapidly expanding Hollow Zero in person, you would have been terrified too. The moment you stepped inside, death was certain. Every soldier present knew that. My actions during the fall of the old capital are a stain on my career in the defense force. When I learned Zoe's true identity, I thought that being killed by her here would be nothing less than what I deserved. But she didn't kill you regardless. Yeah, no matter how resigned I was, when I was about to be killed, I was still terrified. Though I desperately begged her for mercy, but she didn't pull the trigger. I mustered the courage to meet her gaze, only to find her eyes empty, looking at me as if I were an insect. She raised her gun, emptied the bullets into the ceiling, and walked away. You weren't worth it, huh? It's meaningless. Those were the last words she said to me. Tell me, back then, outside Hollow Zero, when we judged that our current forces wouldn't stop the disaster and chose to retreat, did we really make the wrong choice? I don't know. What's the point of asking you anyway? What answer was I hoping to hear from you? Anyway, thank you. At the very least, because of this incident, I'm afraid I will never forget the nightmare of the old capital's fall, nor the moment Zoe looked at me with those hollow eyes. Well, this guy just got a new trauma. Yo, Shepard. Ethan. I'll remember the two of you. Are you angry? How can I not be angry? I clearly told you that if someone dies, you must inform me immediately, and I would bring in experienced Hollow Riders to handle the situation. Yet you hid it from me and went on with the adventure. Two inexperienced proxies with only one combatant to help, and you still challenge a bloodthirsty former soldier who killed so many? If I had known what you were planning to do, I would never have shared those location details with you. I came here seeking a win-win, not to see rookies charge off into danger and get themselves killed. Sorry. Sorry for what? Being able to defeat such a cunning killer, and possessing that unique technique of controlling bamboo, you've shown me incredible strength and exclusive techs like this, Ethan. How can I ever regard other proxies the same way after witnessing what you can do? From now on, I, Shepard, will handle your commissions. I'm betting on you, and I can already foresee the day you'll reign supreme on Internet. We did. Oh wow, our career is finally on the rise. It's me who should be thanking you. No matter how famous information brokers get, their influence is limited. But if one day Phaeton becomes a legendary proxy, Shepard will also become renowned on Internet. But don't do anything so risky again. I don't want something to happen to the treasure I've bet on. Yeah, sorry. No. Yo, Aaron. What's up? It's you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for finding a soldier who could take down Zoe. You okay? My ribs are fractured. I'm here today, barely holding on, just to thank you in person. I was too foolish. I never even considered the possibility that Zoe was the perpetrator. On the way home from the ballet twins, we walked together. She easily knocked me unconscious from behind and brought me to the hollow again. If I had known earlier that she was the perpetrator, I would have killed her right then and there. Weren't you vomiting? And that friend of yours? Zoe tied me up in a room in the Port Elpis Hollow, told me her reasons for killing, and was about to shoot me. But all I could think about was that she had kidnapped my friend. I kept questioning her back then. Outside the hollow, my friend and I were both part of the reinforcement troops. I indeed felt the situation was dire and voted to retreat, but my friend, she voted to go in. Why did you go after her? If you want revenge, you should have just killed me. Where is she now? I didn't even care about the gun pointed at my throat, just repeating these few sentences over and over. Until she admitted that she had killed my friend. Oh shit. I will never forgive her. Even if choosing to retreat was my mistake. Even if she carried the pain of losing her companions. I only had one thought. To take her down with me. But you survived. Yes. I couldn't break free from the ropes. Couldn't threaten her. All I could do was insult her over and over, begging her to kill me. But she didn't. She pinned me to the ground and beat me half to death, but stopped just before pulling the trigger. I glared at her with hatred, only to find her returning the gaze with even greater hatred. Her face streaked with tears. Oh man. Why would scum like you even care about their companions? She kicked me twice with all her strength, and then left with those words. How many innocent lives has she taken so far? How many families have been torn apart because of her? And she still dares to call me scum? But now that she's dead, there's no point in saying anything more. My friend will never come back. And I can never forget the fall of the old capital, nor the series of nightmares that have followed recently. If I can meet her again in hell after I die, then I'll settle the score with her. Until that time comes, I'll make sure to survive. Anyway, thank you. Well, considering you were vomiting like crazy back when we came out of the hollow the first time, you were putting out quite the fight there, lady. Oh, Nathan, what's up?
So you're the sniper from Liar Squad. It's nice to finally meet you.
And you must be the one who's been searching for me. Nathan, the younger brother of Lethe. It's good to see you safe and sound.
That's right. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. I nearly cost you your life, becoming a target of a victim from the fall of the old capital. Maybe that's what I get not helping my brother and the rest of the defense force back then. When the reinforcements decided to retreat, I spoke out against it. I had family among the soldiers already in the hollow, but I didn't have the courage to take that step. The one that might have cost me my life. I'm sorry.
You don't need to feel regret or apologize. The outcome wasn't something you could have controlled. You care deeply for Lethe. And even today, you still think of him. To someone like him, who always cherished family, that's more than enough.
Thank you. I heard you've been searching for the members of Liar Squad all these years. I'm nothing compared to your determination. Thank you for everything you've done, but please stop the search. It's time for you to start living a life that's truly your own. I hate to say this as a family member, but back then, they were already...
I know. You don't need to say it. I've been drowning in a fantasy of my own making for years, but it's a fantasy that kept me from falling into the abyss. Nathan, Grim Vulture told me you have something you want to give me. Is that why you commissioned someone to find me?
Yes. After learning about the bond between you and your squad, I knew I couldn't live with myself if I didn't get this to you. So I got on my knees and begged Grim Vulture, even playing this recording for her, hoping it would move her. Regardless of how things unfolded, what matters is that it wasn't destroyed, and I'm here, alive, to hand it to you.
And Nathan rummages through his jacket pocket and takes out a slightly worn tape. A tape from Liar Squad, discovered by Nathan, Lethe's younger brother. This long sealed recording sparked a series of events that would follow. Years have passed, and while the tape's surface shows some wear, the audio within remains pristine, as crystal clear as if it was just recorded yesterday.
I found this while going through my brother's belongings. It's been tucked away for years. There's a recording on it, and I think it's a gift Liar Squad made for you, but never had the chance to give you.
Thank you so much. Do you mind if I listen to it now with the proxies?
Really?
With me and Belle? We're honored. I thought we were just here to collect the commission fee today.
Go ahead. As for the commission fee, I'll pay it to you both shortly, so don't worry about that.
Nathan takes a step back, and Karen looks at you, her lips seeming to tremble slightly, and you gently hold her hand. Feeling the warmth and strength in her palm, she presses the play button.
Hey, hello? Alright, it's a recording. This is a message from Liar Squad for our little sniper.
You don't sound elegant, but sure.
Everyone ready? I'll count down. 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations on your 1000th day with Liar Squad!
Hey, you guys are totally out of sync. Captain, can we redo this? The anniversary gift has to be perfect.
That's our assault specialist, Acheron. She has a strong sense of aesthetics, prioritizing beauty in both combat and her daily life. She taught me a lot about makeup and fashion.
Oh, she won't care if we're a little off. Forget the re-record. Let's just get it done and order the cake. We don't want him to sell out.
That's our medic, Kakaitis. He's usually lazy and a bit of a smooth talker, but he's actually very capable and kind. He taught me a lot about unconventional negotiation tactics and ways of handling things.
You two, stop arguing during the recording. I've already ordered the cake. If you keep rambling, we really will have to re-record this. Cut the chatter already.
And that Styx, a reliable artillery specialist. He's the oldest in the squad. He loves sharing photos of his daughter and reminiscing about how he wooed his wife. The way he won her over inspired me a lot.
All right, let's all calm down. Wouldn't want to get on the captain's bad side. Captain, would you like to go first? We can edit or re-record whatever we need to.
That's our scout and engineer, Lethe. He's a bit self-conscious because of how his younger brother excels, and he's somewhat introverted. But he's actually very capable. He taught me sharp observation skills, calm execution under pressure, and how to make use of the environment.
Okay, thank you all for settling down before I completely lost my cool. It's fine. No need to cut anything or re-record. Let's just keep it as it is.
Loud and messy, just like our liar squad.
That's our captain, who took me in and taught me how to play the harmonica. And the real Charon. I'll make sure to explain properly to you later, Proxy.
As you've heard, this recording is a little gift from the 5 of us. How time flies. When I brought you into the squad about 2.5 years ago, you were just a shy kid who blushed whenever you talked to someone. Over these 1,000 days, you've really worked hard to keep pace with our fighting rhythm. You've done incredibly well. In the last mission, your successful sniper kill of that high-risk ethereal really helped Acheron a lot. I hate to say it, but yeah, I went too far in last time. Thanks for getting me out of that mess. Just this once, I'll admit, your moves were more elegant in that fight.
And not just that fight. Ever since you became a quicker shot and learned to adjust for wind speeds on the fly, we've been taking fewer and fewer hits. Makes my job way easier. So, cheers.
You often worry about not doing enough. But in these 2.5 years, you've absorbed everything I know about stealth, reconnaissance, and tactical countermeasures. Trust me, you'll become an incredibly skilled sniper.
Having you covering us from the rear makes every fight feel safer. But you still have a lot to learn about socializing and romance. When peace finally comes to Eridu, leave us and live your own life.
Where did that come from? She's not leaving us. Even if she retires, she'll move into my house and I'll spoil her with loads of beautiful clothes. We can talk about living alone in 10 or 20 years. Sorry, I got carried away. Anyway, you're talented and hardworking. Over these 1,000 days, you've opened your heart to us and even encouraged us in return. Having you as a comrade is a blessing for all 5 of us. But I have to say one thing. You're always so sensitive and kind. Every time you see us get hurt, you look like you're about to break. Has our squad motto, having each other's backs, become too much of a burden for you? I get how you feel. When your squad mates trust you with their backs, your first instinct is to protect them, right? But that's not the way it should be. No one can shoulder everything alone. Don't try to carry everything on your own. Choosing to fight on the battlefield is my resolve. Feel it. Share yours with me. And when it's your turn to watch my back, I'll give my all to honor it too.
As long as you fight with all your strength, there's no such thing as failing to protect something, because your will and our will is preserved and carried on in other ways.
But don't let that weigh on you. Try to trust in us, just like we trust in you, no matter what.
I've struggled with that kind of thinking myself, but I eventually made my way through it. All this talk of camaraderie, of keeping each other safe, it's like a harmonica melody scoring our time together. Even when things change, our tune will go on, and that's enough.
Exactly. Honestly, I'm sometimes terrified. Afraid that someday, you'll blame yourself for failing to protect us and fall apart. That's why I wanted to record this message. Please, don't try to bear everything alone. Maybe you can start relying on us more, fully entrusting your vulnerable side to us. Our will has long been intertwined with yours. We're comrades. This is getting way too sentimental. It doesn't feel like me anymore. Anyway, we just want to see you trusting your comrades enough to share your burdens, even if it isn't us. Finally, we'd like to give you the song that's closest to us. If what we've said is hard to understand, just feel it through the music. Please, enjoy my masterpiece, Homecoming.
Proxy, do you remember? I was once terrified of seeing the look on their faces.
Of course. Can you see them clearly now?
Yes, crystal clear. As if I've returned to the exact moment of parting. So this is our last glance. This is the answer you wanted me to find. Thanks, guys. For everything.
And after meeting with Nathan, you spend a long time with Karen at the Port Alpes, letting the sea breeze wash over you. You don't say a word, because you both know it'll be soon be time to part ways. As the temperature begins to cool, you head back to the 6th Street with her.
Proxies. No. Lies. Belle. I've troubled you two a lot these days with my personal affairs. Words can't describe what you've done for me.
No worries. Honestly, my brother and I have been a bit lost recently. Meeting you, though, well, it feels like we've known each other forever. Doesn't it, Wise?
Yeah, we've learned a lot from you too. If nothing else, spending time with you really cheered us up. Perhaps we've always shared the same resolve.
Yeah. When I was trapped in self-doubt, unable to get out, I'm glad you were there with me. You're right, and because of that, because we are comrades, please, hear me out. Maybe you've already noticed. I'm sorry, but I've been keeping something from you. Charon isn't actually my codename. As I mentioned before, Charon was my captain's codename. When I met both of you for the first time, I didn't want to tell you my codename, because I thought someone who couldn't protect their squad mates had no right to one. So I lied. Captain Charon was an orphan like me, with no family to mourn her. I've been using her codename because I may be the last person in the world who still remembers her. But I understand now. If I want to keep moving forward, I can't keep hiding behind a lie. My true codename is...
You don't have to tell me right now.
Charon, at the harbor, Nathan spoke to you privately. Was he offering you a chance to return to the Defense Force?
Yes. He said he still has a friend in the Defense Force who's currently forming a new squad. And if my goals align with theirs, I could consider joining them.
So, what's your decision? Where will you go next?
After everything that's happened, I think I do share the same goal as that friend of his and the new squad they're building. So I'll head back to the new Eridu Defense Force and keep chasing my new goal with a new team.
Your new goal... Is it to look further into the fall of the old capital?
Yes. My encounter with Grim Vulture has made me realize this should be the true form of my vengeance. I'll uncover the real culprits behind the old capital's fall and make them pay for their crimes. If the ferryman who leads me to the truth demands a price, I'm willing to wager my life. I have a gut feeling the masterminds will reveal themselves again soon. To protect the city my comrades cherished and sacrificed their lives for, I won't allow such a tragedy to happen again. By letting the will to protect guide my hatred, I now have a clear aim toward the truth.
That's what I thought. If that's the case, then for now, we shouldn't learn your true codename, nor entrust our backs to one another.
Are you saying we're on opposite sides?
No. We might walk different paths, but those paths will lead us to the same destination. It's just that, for now, we can't say any more than that.
To be honest, after facing an enemy as ruthless as Grim Vulture, we're reminded of our own powerlessness. Watching you fight back, almost losing your life to a bullet. That feeling. We're nowhere near strong enough to protect you. And we're not strong enough to open up about our pasts either. Sorry.
Without a second thought or hesitation, Karen takes hold of each of your hands and brings them together at her chest.
If this is your slightly selfish principle, I'll respect it. You were once my proxies, and I'll keep this memory locked away as something I cherish. If, as you say, our destination is the same, then we should continue on our separate paths, striving to grow stronger. The next time we meet, I'll reveal my true codename. I hope we can become true comrades. I want your presence to forever remain in the melody of my life.
Yes, it's a promise. We'll cross paths once again, Charon.
You watch the woman who calls herself Charon walk further and further away. A Defense Force soldier waits for her at the end of her path.
Hello. I'm the sniper from the former Liar Squad of the Chrysoberyl Division, recommended by Captain Nathan, originally of the new Eridu Defense Force's Obsidian Division, Impera Squad.
Yeah, I heard about you from my superior. You're the one who dealt with the serial murders targeting the Defense Force, right? Well, the new Eridu Defense Force is ready to welcome you back. Let me confirm a few details before taking you to base. Which squad are you applying to join? And did you have a code name during your previous service?
I'm applying to join the Obsidian Division's Obel Squad. As for my codename, Trigger. I was Trigger of Liar Squad.
Everything has come to an end, Wise. Do you think we'll ever see Charon again? Oh, we will. Definitely, don't think about it. I'm looking forward to it too. I really hope we can grow, get stronger, and have greater power to face any crisis. When we reunite with her, then we have to hear her real codename. Great minds think alike. However, after hearing Charon and Grim Vulture stories, I can't help but feel a bit sad. They had the same fate, but in the end, they walk completely different paths and become enemies. Wise, if, hypothetically, we also encounter enemies who once experienced the same fate, but now walk completely different paths, with opposing goals, forced to be enemies, what would you do? Well then, I have to assert dominance. That's true. Our goal is clear and we will never waver. If someone really stands in our way, Wise, let's overcome them together. We will prove our worth as Phaeton. After everything that's happened, I feel pretty exhausted. You must feel the same, right, Wise? How about we take a good rest first? The commissions from the shepherd won't be as easy as we've been having it before, you know? And time to take a break then. Well then, that is Trigger's story. That went dark. I mean, it was pretty dark already over here, but this is pretty bad, all sorts of bad. But yeah, this is quote-unquote a trademark for MiHoYo. These guys love to make heartwarming stories. Totally wholesome, I swear. Definitely. But now I guess I'm done with the story modes. I'll do the extra stuff in the background, assuming I don't forget to do it tomorrow. I shouldn't, but you know, just in case. Also, since this event is like 2 days left, that means I think we have like 3 or 4 days until the next story update. I've seen some videos being posted in Discord. Unfortunately, my main source of information is Discord. I mean, as in people are posting in Discord instead of the official one, or the YouTube or Twitter or stuff like that. Apparently, the next character to come down is Vivian, it seems. And, well, I kind of can't wait to see it now. She's kind of grown a bit on me. Quite a bit. Considering rolling her, but... Here's the thing.
Did you call me?
I think I do it like this. This and this, I guess. Let's ignore anomaly for a second. Okay. So, ignoring most of these, my actual proper DPS is I
Is
have
something the matter?
Jian for either,
I'll protect you from
Evelyn
anything.
for fire, and I guess kind of Yanagi with for thunder.
Orders.
So it's really only these three
Officer 1
Asset
for
can
now.
you have, I'll protect you from anything.
I do have
Awaiting further
Soldier 11,
instructions.
kind of, but she and Evelyn does share an element, and Harumasa is
it time to clock?
kind of shares an element with
Awaiting
Yanagi.
orders.
I can kind of tell Soldier 11 is probably okay DPS. I don't know the the DPS chart thing that a lot of internet people have crafted, like the tier list and shit like that. I don't really look at those, so yeah. But basically I have thunder and fire DPS, and also ether, right? And assuming nothing changed, Vivian is also an ether character.
You have my complete support.
Actually, I'm curious. It's not here, is it? There is this thing in Honkai Star Rail that tells you what characters are coming up, and so they kind of tell you that which characters are using which gears or using which unkept materials and stuff like that.
I'll help you win. The lunch is on you. Did you call me? Meow.
Officer 148, Juyuan, ready.
Yukashiro Yanagi, awaiting orders.